welcome to our Bloodstock roundup, I guess. Not so much a review because there's a written review you can go check over on the site. If you want to keep it band specific, go check that out. You'll get all the bands we saw listed, day by day, stage by stage, in order as well. Managed to work out order, sat there for ages. This is more of an overview. We'll talk about the bands as well. But unlike last year where we kind of did what we liked and what we didn't like, and it was always balanced, we've got a bit of an itinerary where we're going to go through certain points and just talk about those certain points, really.
He's assuming he can stop me ranting.
Well, I have been puzzling over what are you ranting about?
I don't know. I just like a good rant.
I'm sure there's a couple of things where it's like, okay, yeah. But yeah, so obviously Bloodstock we attended. We were there from Thursday afternoon, early afternoon, after midday, really.
Yeah, we probably got there not long after midday, did we?
We were. I think we were set up and tented up and stuff by like 1 o'clock.
Yep.
So it kind of gave us all of Thursday frame. We were there till Sunday night, late Sunday evening when we left. We left. Did we leave before Scotland was playing, or were they playing at the time? They were playing, weren't they?
I think they were. Yeah, they not long in. I think they just pretty much taken to the stage.
Yeah.
You guys left. We had a little wander about the shops. Or did we? No, we all left around the same time, didn't we? All went to.
Oh yeah. Because
we had
the cars,
the shops and all that while Scorpions were getting on.
That's
the stage.
it. Yeah. So we did quite a bit, and you know, originally I was like, man, I didn't think I saw enough bands over the weekend because of press commitments and interviews and stuff like that. When I was kind of like listing it, although there was a lot, I was like, oh, I wish I'd seen that, and I wish I'd planned things out a little bit better.
Yeah.
What's call it? It still turned out right.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely cannot make my mind up if I was really happy with everything from the press perspective or really unhappy with it.
Okay.
Because it's like you really enjoy doing it. There's no way of winning, is there?
Yeah.
You very much enjoy doing it. Very much don't enjoy missing the bands.
Yeah.
You know, there's no way to have both.
No, you've got to have
it.
Yeah.
So you're like, you think, oh, like if I give up the press stuff and just saw the bands, you know, I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
And giving up the bands and just doing the press stuff, I'm not happy.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, you just can't win with it, can you really?
Yeah, I mean,
what we need are underlings.
Well, that's what we need. Yeah, we need.
So we say, right, you stand here.
Well, I did some nosing around afterwards via some of our colleagues in the metal press. So I wanted to sort of understand how they were capable of what it looked like spending all day in the press tent, and so on. And ultimately, it comes down to staff. We are very small staff because, simply put, that's just how we roll. We can't offer you monetary value to work for us.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be a bit like, okay, step by step. You know, I do want more people.
It's a mixture as well, though, and I get that. With some of the bigger ones, yeah, cool. You know, like if you're Team Rock or someone like that, there, I guess you could have like, if you wanted to, you could bring like 6-7 people and have a couple of people there do, you know, kind of do shifts and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you can go and see the bands you want to see. It makes perfect sense. But then there were plenty of press people there as well who were only them in the tent.
Yes.
You know, and there was 1 or 2 people like really nice people, like photographers I spoke to, who I guess the problem for us is that we are there predominantly as metal fans.
Yes.
Not there to generate clicks and everything like that. Whereas there are plenty of people there, that photographer especially that we spoke to, who doesn't really know anything or enjoy anything.
That's
about
true,
metal,
yeah.
But it's a great opportunity for photographs and stuff like that. So I guess, you know, they applied for the press accreditation. They maybe have very little interest in going to see any particular band anyway. You never know, there might be like all the Scorpions or someone like that. We'll go and check that out. And from what I gather and from pictures I see on Facebook, quite a lot of the people, PR and press, even when they're off duty, they just stay in the VIP bar and sort of drink together anyway.
Yeah.
Which is completely cool, but so against my personal feelings and what you're there for.
Yeah.
But I think that's the difference between us being there as fans. We stay in the VIP, we buy our tickets, even though we have the offer to take press tickets.
Yes.
We choose to buy them because we want the VIP area.
Yep.
But also, you know, we're not going to give the same commitment as some of these guys will. I'm
Agreed.
not going to stand in the press area from 9:30 until 9:30.
Agreed.
And miss everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so why should I take a free ticket? When actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the bands that we want to do, and then I'm in there watching and taking advantage of, you know, everything that I possibly can.
Agreed. We basically, this was our second year doing it. We still haven't got the balance right. I know, I'm not going to say it on camera, I'll talk to you personally, that I know what I did particularly wrong this year that I didn't do the first year. Just something like, I've had time to reflect and go, well, what didn't I do right? What could have gone better? Why did this happen? And why did that happen? And it's a reflection. It's kind of like, okay, cool. learn from it.
Yeah.
And like Brendan said, I absolutely love it. I love the press side of things. Even though I do find it sometimes very difficult. I'm not the most, although I talk a lot on this camera, I'm not the most easiest person when it comes to interviewing. And I rely heavily on the band giving me something back. That didn't happen always. There are a couple of interviews you can see on YouTube where you can clearly see the struggle and disconnect that exists.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, anyone, if you watch the YouTube videos, you'll be able to tell the difference in them by the length of them.
Oh, well, that's obviously a major thing. Yeah, simply put.
You do get that back and forth with a band, and they've got a story to tell, or they want to, they want to sell themselves a bit. Then you'll see the videos are 10 to 15 minutes long.
Yeah, I was
when you're getting your one-word answers, or a little bit. It's not disinterested, but maybe a little bit nervous, or people that don't really know how to portray themselves on camera. Then the right thing to do is what you do, which is to say, all right, there's no point in me dragging this out.
Yep.
We've got 4 or 5 minutes worth of information and chat there, so let's knock it on the head.
That's exactly when I was editing, I'd get to one that I knew that I wasn't particularly happy with. The editing process, but I'll be very fucking quick. I normally watch my entire thing back as I'm editing it. With those ones, I was like, nope, I know where to cut it at the start, put the things together, cut it at the end, put our bits into it. That's it. Whereas other ones like, the Evil Scarecrows, the Sabatons, the Lockhorn, stuff like that, the ones that I really enjoyed, when I look back and reflect and I'm watching them and I was going, that was cool and that was fun, and stuff like that. It's not a knock on any particular band. It's not like we're not saying this because it's not, suddenly you're like, okay, you play locally, particularly New Blood bands, you play locally, you don't get press. You might get the odd mention in a local newsletter or news zine or something like that, and suddenly you're at Bloodstock and you're being lined up in front of cameras after camera after camera.
I mean, this isn't like to, I'll never point out any individual or an agent or a press people or anything like that, because I don't think there is an individual. I think everyone does their best for metal that are there. So, enough respect to all the people that are there working it. But it does grate on me a little bit when I watch the way that some of the smaller bands especially are treated. It really irritates me. And I know why it happens, but, a little band that have to walk around begging somebody to give them an interview. Whereas it's almost sometimes it feels, and like you said about them being shepherded, right? You go over there, and then you go over there, and one of you only, the rest of you go out. Yeah. And it almost feels sometimes like it's been reversed. We as metal fans still, even with New Blood bands, we still feel a little bit like in awe. These are bands, these are music we listen to, bands that we think are cool. So we still, I guess, we don't see ourselves, and we're not, as like the celebrities in this matchup. Yeah. It's quite the opposite. Yeah. And maybe that's why I'm not saying that I would want it to change, because I don't think I would ever want that to change. But sometimes when I watch other people, maybe they've been more experienced, or they're more confident, or they've been doing it for a longer time, and it almost feels like the bands are the less important factor, and it's the press people who are saying, yeah, we will interview you, no, we won't interview you. Yep. It almost feels like it's been reversed a little bit sometimes. Yeah, I don't think it's anyone's doing it purposely. I think sometimes it's probably an experience and a confidence thing. Yeah, and maybe that's where we sometimes not fall down, but we struggle a bit more in interviews, because we're looking, and I think it's a good thing, but we're looking up to the bands rather than looking down to them. Do you know what I mean? Rather than the bands looking up to us. Yeah, I see what you mean. When you do it with a New Blood band, they're looking at us as, oh my god, press people. Yeah. We're looking at them as, oh my god, a metal band, and we kind of get caught in the middle. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's no leader. There's no. Yeah, I mean, my nerves aren't like nowhere as nervous this year as even like when we were effectively made to wait. Not made to wait. It sounds like bad, but when we waited for Sabaton and where we were, and I remember thinking, like, I thought back and I was like, I was okay with that in the end, and the Sabaton interview went well and things like that. It was kind of like that was the biggest band we've ever interviewed in our life, and it was like, okay, that went really, really well, and like it's not. Yeah, so far, yeah. And it's like, so it's not being an awe and stuff like that, but there is that side of things where I do consistently look around and I go, like when I put the posts up on Facebook, I'm saying like things like, we still can't quite believe we get to do this. I mean that. Because we are ultimately, the whole reason why we buy our Bloodstock tickets, because we want to go to Bloodstock. Yeah. And if come next year, come the time for accreditation and all that, and we get turned down, well, disappointing as that is, we're going anyway. Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, and the idea of waiting until August, because we haven't bought our tickets and all the VIP sold out, but hopefully we'll get our press passes in July, August, and then we get that now. So we're cutting them back this year, and then we're not going. Yeah, we'd be gutted. Yeah, I would feel gutted. So stupid. So that'll never change for us. I don't think there'll ever be a point. I can't see a point in any part of our future where we say, do you know what? not really interested in the bands this year, so let's just go with the press. Let's stay in the press area. You know, bring our laptops and put things up immediately. You know, it's another reason, like another thing around what you see with us is that you see our stuff from Bloodstock when we get back from Bloodstock.
Yes.
You don't see it during. With very little. I mean, we don't post things as we're going. You can't anyway because of phone signal.
Yep.
But, you know, other press people will have their laptops and they'll maybe interview somebody and then they'll go and get it ready and they'll post it the day that they've done the interview. And we'll never do that.
Yep.
I have no intention of ever doing that.
It would.
And that's the divide, isn't it? It's like we're there predominantly as a metal fan to watch metal bands.
Yep.
And you know, as fans of Bloodstock as well, not just the music.
It would destroy my soul to have to do that.
Yeah.
I thought about it this weekend. I was like, could I? And I was thinking, like, even if I had a better laptop, because my laptop's a bit run down at the moment, a new one. I can't carry a Mac with me. But let's say, you know, I would still end up having to spend, you know, a good 15 minutes at least if it was a short interview. And considering, like I said, the bands we did miss because of our commitments this year, and that's not a complaint. It really isn't. It really isn't. It's just kind of, as you're saying, I'm confident we'll never lose that disconnect of the fact that we are still here to see these bands.
Make sure we do.
Yeah. And
keep each other in check, innit? If we ever get to the point where I think you're booking too many.
Yep.
And we're missing too much, I'll tell you.
I was worried this year, and in the end, when I counted it down, it was 41 in total. And here's the thing: 41 in total, and only 9 of them were on Friday.
Yeah.
So that made what? I can't count now. That's 32 over Saturday and Sunday. I thought that made me too much, but when I reflected, it's something. Well, I'll say it now. What I did wrong this year, and I don't know why I did it. I can't for the life of me think why I did it. I was booking everything in 15-minute slots, whereas last year, the first year, I did them in 10 minutes. No interview, barring one, which I think is with Scarecrow and Sabaton, it goes slightly over.
Yeah. Went
over 10 minutes. Whereas if I'd been 10-minute blocks, because what that meant was we would sometimes do an interview and it'd be wrapped up in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
We would then be standing around waiting 8 minutes and so on for the next band to come along. Whereas if it had been a bit tighter and closer, like we did the first year, it would have been, instead of being 4 bands an hour, it would have been, I mean, it would.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things I reflect and gone, I should have been doing them as I did the first time in 10-minute blocks, because it would have kept everything closer together. One after the other, none of that waiting around. Because sometimes, you know, rock stars as you all are, kept us waiting and things like that.
I mean, to be fair, most of the bands were great. Like, in terms of timekeeping, there's very few that weren't.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times the ones that weren't, it was again a nerve thing.
Confusion as well. Yeah.
We don't know necessarily who they are. They don't know who we are. Somewhere in this group of 1,000 people, they're looking for us and we're looking for them, and they don't know who to approach and everything like that. The only thing I would say to any band watching this, if you're asked to come for an interview in the press area, come to the press area. And so many times we have to go out of the press area, wander around the VIP to find the person who's 100 yards away from the press area.
Yeah.
It's like if you approach the press area, all the people in the press area see you and they go, oh, and then you go over and you ask them.
Yeah.
But if you're standing out having a beer over at the bar, you know, four or five of you looking around, we're looking at you thinking, well, they can't be for us, because if they were, they'd come over here.
Yeah, exactly that.
And it's just silly little things like that. So, and that, again, there's only one, you know, it's not pointed at anyone in particular. It just happened. It happened the first year as well. The time. We have to go out wandering about the crowd going,
trying to work out who's
yes,
that.
You are. Why are you out here? It's a press interview. Come to the bloody press.
Yeah, you know,
But what's quite funny about this video so far is that you started it off by talking about the solid structure we're going to have, and I said good luck with that.
Yeah.
And this whole
things
that we're doing is not in the structure.
There was nothing about press at all, but it's good to get it out there.
Out the window.
No, I think it's actually really interesting to sort of get our point of view and our perspective across from it.
I think it's all summed up quite quickly, quite nicely with that. You know, we love doing the press stuff.
Yeah.
I think the bands are great. We'll always look up to them, never look down on them. But we'll always be there to see music more so than the other way around.
Yep.
You know, so if you don't see us in the press area as often as you do other people, that's because we're out headbanging and moshing.
Exactly that. Brilliant, Brendan. Absolutely wonderful. Gonna make me cry. Oh. Right, let's get this one out of the way. I put it at the top because it has to be talked about. It's completely out of Bloodstock's control. Although, you know, we could argue mitigating circumstances could have been included. Obviously, this Bloodstock suffered some interesting weather. Yeah. This was...
Do you know, like, we were so lucky with the weather compared to what was happening around the country at the same time. We sort of felt sometimes like we were in the eye of the storm that was surrounding the rest of the UK. You know, because it was, I mean, aside from maybe wintry snow, it was all seasons in not in a day, like in an hour.
In an hour, yeah.
You know, it would go from being icy cold to strong, blustery, stormy winds, black clouds, showers, and then fucking downpours,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, within seconds, you were literally trying to get sun cream out on your face as your head is burning. You're like, what the fuck? I'm still wet on one side, I'm now burnt on the other side, and then it'll just switch around.
It was fucking weird.
It was mental. But what we did get for the most part was predominantly, like, we didn't get consistent rain.
Yeah.
And that's the worst. The wind is annoying.
Yes.
It plays with the mic, so you'll see on some of the interviews that we do, there's nothing anyone can do about it.
It held up pretty well.
It held up
well,
well. There's a couple there where, you know, a strong wind crackle.
And you hear it crackle, yeah.
Hit, yeah. But what can you do about that? It obviously affected the band lineups a little bit, but not to the point of destroying anything, thankfully, which I think is enough respect to Bloodstock for mitigating what was going on. They did really, really well with moving things around.
Oh, they did wonderfully, didn't they? Yeah.
Genuinely amazing. The only thing, and it's always the thing that like gets to me, and again, but this is the weird thing with the weather. So it's the effects of the weather. It's not the weather. I don't mind being rained on. I think we spoke about it in the pre-Bloodstock stuff.
Yeah.
I got no issue with being rained on. I can put a fucking poncho on or whatever and live with it. What I hate is the effects of it.
Yeah.
The effect it has on the muddy floor. The effects it has on the ice rinks towards the urinals.
Yeah.
You know, toilets
Yep.
suddenly go from being relatively clean for most of the weekend to being like, is that shit or is that mud?
Yeah, you just scared to touch anything.
And it's that which doesn't, you know, it doesn't ruin a weekend, but it's the bit that frustrates a little bit. And it is a bit that I sometimes think with Bloodstock they could maybe do a bit better with, because this year what they did fantastically, which was a huge improvement on the previous year, was bringing a digger full of, I think it was wood chips, and put it down over the entrance between the sort of Serpent's Lair.
And the campsites. Yeah.
Now the previous year they got quite a lot of negative comments on that, especially from wheelchair users and people like that, saying that we cannot get through this thick sludge of mud.
Yeah.
And I think it's fantastic that they obviously listened to that and they did something about it this year. However, if you can do that in one spot, there's nothing to stop you doing that in a few other key areas. And some key areas genuinely are when people need to go for a piss.
Yeah.
And those you can't even walk. There are some points in the weekend where it's no longer, you have to go back to VIP because there's no way you can get to your urinal. It's now like 4 inches deep of mud and piss, and you think like, you can, you know, that's one area. I know we're VIP, so that's cool. Maybe that's why we got it. It's in the VIP ticket price. You know? But yeah, I do think like, it's very difficult for them to mitigate, because what do you do? I mean, 1 minute the sun's baking, and you think like, the ground's going to be okay. It does drain well. It's just those key heavy footfall areas, isn't it? That's
all it is, and it's trying to identify them. Like one area that like I thought got really bad. This was more on Sunday, right near the end, which is I guess the point that we wanted, was outside the selfie tent.
Yeah.
That got to be one of the worst areas I saw, like really, really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, it's one of those where it's like, it's weird and it was unlucky, and I think overall, considering the madness of some of the weather at the time, it held up mostly really well.
We had it a lot easier than a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And the ground held up, and it didn't ruin the festival. It didn't even negatively impact the festival.
No.
Obviously, it's nicer when it's
Of course.
Of course it is.
Yeah, you're not having to trudge through heavy feet on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Or you feel a bit tired and trying to not keep your balance, but like keep your wits about you a bit more as you're walking around.
So I think if anything on the weather, the key kind of takeaway on it is that despite all of that bad weather and the affecting of the performances, and you know, Evil Scarecrow having to not use their pyro.
Yeah.
Although I guess they get to take it back to Asda or whatever and get the money back. And you know, is that Bloodstock really did an awesome job of like not actually. It felt at a point we were worried that, you know, maybe bands would actually not be able to play, whether Anthrax or Parkway Drive or bands like that might actually not be able to go ahead.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I guess to a degree, it's not. It's also not their. It's not their fault it went wrong. It's also maybe not their credit that the wind died down.
Yeah.
But I would imagine there's a ton of work happening behind the scenes to make sure that things are safe, to make sure that, you know, that everything's
I would love to be a
properly.
fly in the wall in that room when they're like, what do we do?
I mean, I can't remember who we spoke to, but one of the bands was saying, weren't they, that it was like, you know, they literally had crew members holding the set together. It might have even been Evil Scarecrow holding the set together.
I think it was Scarecrow, yeah.
You know, like just to be able to actually get them out there and play. So, amazing job, man.
And as you said as well, even shuffling the lineup at the last minute, and classy as fuck to say to people, look, if you were there for Cradle on Saturday, regardless, even if you weren't, you suddenly got a free extra day.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
It was classy. Yeah. You know, you didn't have to do that.
Nah.
Subject to change and all that bollocks.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, we're going to go step by step of our journey, starting with basically, obviously if you're watching, we went VIP, so we're going to talk about VIP. We have no knowledge of what goes on in that main car park, although from what I gather on Facebook and stuff, that walkway from the car park to the thing is real problem in the wet.
Yeah, I mean, talking about areas with heavy footfall that maybe you could have done with a bit of attention. That sounded like it was probably the one that needed it more, like people falling down the
Yeah, that's right.
When people are actually getting hurt off the back of the ground, that's a bit of a problem.
It is a bit of a problem, and something you suspect to look at. Talking of which, then when you're driving out, did you find a lot of people walking the road?
Yeah, a lot of people walking the road, which I completely get, and I think I would have done the same.
Yep.
But again, I guess if you're running the festival, they probably aren't even aware that it's happening. Very difficult for them to know what's happening on the fucking road.
Yeah.
A mile down the road, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, but if you are running the festival, like for them, the worst nightmare is that people leaving the festival out in the road and somebody gets hit by a car or something like that because the ground was too unsafe for them to walk on. I don't know. It's such a difficult thing. It really is. It's like there's no easy answer. You should just go out there with loads of diggers and just keep throwing stuff down.
Or what other people are suggesting about flattening it. It's like, isn't there land to flatten? I very
much doubt. I would imagine the rules with most festivals when you're holding them on other people's land. Is that you do your absolute utmost to leave it as you found it. You don't alter the landscape. You know, I would imagine.
I would imagine.
You know.
But yeah, so our perspective, VIP parking and wristband collection. Parking was a bit different. The cars were lined up a bit different, no major difference. But I got from the point of me parking up and walking over to the wristband, it took me 2 minutes. 2 minutes?
Yeah, it was nothing. I mean, it was
amazing.
I was amazed actually when we got there that it was open.
Yeah.
You know, considering we always arrived later because we always were under the impression that the kind of ticket office opened at 2 o'clock, and so was it 12?
Yeah.
I always thought it was 2.
That's even later, yeah.
You know. So yeah, but there was no queue. It was a go over there, got it straight away.
Yep.
Start unloading stuff, go straight towards the camp. It was perfect.
Yep.
We went there earlier initially, this year, thinking, it's alright because we'll just chill in the car park and have a few beers.
Yep.
You know, so we were totally wrong.
We were totally wrong, yeah.
We're coming for 5 a.m. next year.
Yeah, because then straight away we were over to the campsite.
Yeah.
It was nice to get there with a fair bit more room, particularly as we had a bigger crowd this time around as well.
Yeah.
Camping, I got no complaints.
No.
Not like it's the same size, same layout, same structure.
There's no complaints at all. I mean, you know, the only complaints would be internal ones, wouldn't we? We didn't do the greatest job of laying out our tents.
Oh god, no, we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't want to leave a lot of space. We didn't want to take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
But we had one tent in particular that was brought along, which came in handy in the end.
Yep.
You know, especially for like an extra body in that. But it was much bigger than we were expecting when we started laying them out.
Yeah.
So what we ended up with was this kind of like crystal maze sort of section in the middle where to get in and out you had to navigate kind of like guide.
It was a bit like that.
Like Neo out of the Matrix trying to get through them all. And it was like we haven't actually left ourselves an entrance in or out of this.
No.
And then obviously because we set ourselves quite far back, we didn't then have a clear walkway from us to the walkway. So once you got through our guide ropes, you then had to navigate yourself through everybody else.
Everybody else's.
I think we were in a great place. It was the right place and all that. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, it's not a Bloodstock thing. It's just our own organisational skills.
No, that's that to us.
Yeah, knowing actually, do you know what? This isn't going to work. We need to move one of these tents back.
Yeah. Facilities, toilets and showers. I got no issue with the showers. Showers were the same amount as always. Golden. I think the longest I queued for maybe was 10 minutes on a Sunday morning.
I mean, I'm generally an early riser.
Yeah, so you're in there right away.
I'm sure other people are up before me because people are like that, but I walked along the back way and I would just go into the first block of showers there. There was never anyone waiting.
Yep.
Never looked like there was anyone in them.
Yep.
And I guess the good thing about being that early riser is I tend to get in there and it's all spotless.
Yeah, you get a nice clean one as well.
Generally before they lock them up at night and that, they clean them, lock them up, and then I get in there.
Of course they do. Yeah, so you're getting the first sort of freshness as much as you can.
Yeah, so I didn't tend to queue for much. Definitely not the showers anyway. And they were fine. Hot water. Bit of a blast of cold in the morning that fucking gets you.
Oh really? Okay.
The very first one, I think again, it's probably because it's the first time it's being used for like 12 hours. And I was aware of it, so it was like, when you're going to hit the button and then dash back.
Yeah.
I didn't get back anywhere near fast enough, and it's got freezing cold water.
Oh, lovely. Wake you up even more.
Proper awake.
Toilets. I have a complaint.
I don't have many complaints. The only thing,
Just VIP only.
I feel like there aren't enough of them still. I mean, I feel like not dramatically, but they often, or maybe if I'm reading into this wrong, don't tell me. I always feel like I'm reading that they sell out the VIP, but they also increase the VIP.
No, they haven't increased it in 2 years.
But the toilet blocks, and the problem for me, and it might be the same as yours, is that it's not necessarily right or wrong or anything like that, but there's a high percentage of males.
Yep.
to females.
I would argue that's probably...
but there is not a high percentage of male toilets available.
It was half and half, yeah.
You know, so you kind of, I don't know, there are a few times in the morning or whatever where you're kind of queuing up at 10, 12 deep. And it's great for the ladies, don't get me wrong, but there's no queue and they seem to have open cubicles. We're not allowed to go in them.
Yep.
But there's, like, you know, there's 40 people deep waiting to get to the toilet. Mm-hmm. So that annoys me a little bit. It's like, well, I don't know, modern people, aren't we? Just make them fucking gender neutral. It's just a locked door, isn't it?
Good argument. It's just a locked door. It's a locked cubicle. Because what my issue with it was this year, and I don't know why they did this. The toilets were actually different, and what was different was there were no urinals. Previously, there had been bank of cubicles, another sort of bank of half cubicles with half urinals. There were no urinals.
There was urinals.
Where?
In the block on the right, it had 2 cubicles on each side, and in the middle there was a square which had 4 urinals.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I never fucking saw that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I mean, I used it quite a lot.
Oh.
And you should see the frustration on people in the morning because people queue and they don't know if they can go in there. And at one point, I remember I was going into the urinal and then a guy behind me was like, "Oh, the urinal's free," and I said, "Yeah." And then another guy in front started shouting at him, going, "Well, you should fucking queue like everybody else."
Oh, for goodness'
And it's
sake.
like, yeah, you wait for the urinal, no. And then it started getting like angsty because people were starting to get frustrated.
Yeah.
Waiting for such a long time.
Yeah, because we've said it in the pre-thing as well. It's the old thing with the blokes, 20-minute shit and stuff like that. I didn't know about the urinals, but regardless, then I do think we need a block that's just urinals.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, it's 4 urinals, and the way that they were laid out, really you could only use 2. Because if a guy was at that one, the other guy was there.
It's gonna be...
Unless you was gonna like kind of lean on it and go from behind and be like just sway your hips to the left a bit, mate.
Yeah.
You was basically pissing on his lap. But yeah, I mean, in the actual rest of the VIP, in the Serpent's Lair bar, they have a block which is pure urinals.
Yeah.
And just chuck another one of them in there.
Yeah.
That would take out half the male queue.
It will, yeah.
Genuinely.
It really would.
And then you won't have people using the cubicles for a piss, which speeds up the poo queue, basically.
Basically, yeah.
So that's all I think they need to do with it, is just separate out, like, that block in the VIP, it's literally, you can have 50 people in there having a piss.
Yeah.
Just chuck one of them in there.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing on that one. Alright, well then, Serpent's Lair, VIP bar area. No real complaints, exactly the same as I'd always is.
Do you know, there were some differences this year, which are like good differences,
right.
I think. Right, firstly, there was definitely more seating.
Oh yeah, there was, yeah.
Secondly, there's still nowhere near enough seating.
Mm-hmm.
And I get, like, the outside area is quite large.
Yep.
And there's about 10 benches, and there's room for about 50 with still untold walkway.
Yep.
So just give us some seats, man. I mean, how many people take VIP? 1,000? More?
Oh, wow, yeah. Who knows? Yeah. I don't know.
10 benches, which I will say 6 people. So you get seating for 60 people out of 1,000 plus that are there.
Yeah, it's not...
I know we're not all going to be in there, we're all moving about and all that. But you get to the point where you almost have queues for the seats. If you see one become available, everyone's dashing for it. And it's like, especially in the rain or when you get some food in the morning, I don't understand like why you can't just chuck another 10, 20 benches in there.
Oh, not even that as well. Why not position them similar to the way they do at the Lemmy's bar? Well, rather than having them dotted around awkwardly, keep them all close together in one part of it. Replace that shitty ass. We'll get onto that. Replace that shitty ass burger van in the corner and have them lined up there in a row. You know?
Yeah. There's loads you could do with it. I mean, I think the position of them is probably not Bloodstock's fault because I saw people move them all the time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Especially when it started hammering down rain, you see people dragging them into the tent.
Oh, is that when it ended up in the tent?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were.
No, they weren't bolted down at that. They're like fold up ones, aren't they? So people were just dragging them around.
Oh, that explains that.
So I think location wise, it was just wherever anyone dragged it to.
Right.
But from a seating perspective, if it gets to the point where what we were finding in our group and in many groups, because I heard other people talking about it, was that they felt that even though they didn't want to, they'd have to carry a chair with them because there is nowhere to sit.
Yeah.
And if there's a nice sunny Bloodstock, it's cool because people just chill on the grass. So there was no chilling there.
There was none of that, yeah. All right, main arena, facilities in the main arena, toilets and all that. Same old, isn't it? It's cubicles.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
It is what it is. There's no complaints about it.
Yeah.
There's plenty of toilets.
Plenty of them, yeah.
So we talked about the ground, but again, no one's being held accountable for that. It is what it is.
Yeah. Literally.
There's loads of them. I never really. I think last year I did, but this year I never really felt like I had to queue for the urinals or anything like that too dramatically.
Yeah.
1 or 2 times where there might have been 1 or 2 people in front of me.
But even then, it was quick turnarounds.
I think there might have been more toilets this year as well because I'm trying to remember. Sorry, more portaloos. I was thinking when we were there that we didn't have that bank in the middle. So like it was all down the sides and the urinals were down the ends, and then this year there was a bank in the middle.
Oh,
as
what, by
well.
Sophie?
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe it was there before, but I couldn't remember it.
I'm not
The
too
only reason
sure.
it stuck in my mind is because whenever you went to go for a piss, you had to walk like down the line of the toilets,
Yeah.
where everyone was queuing to get in there, and the door would be opening and people would be dashing for it, and you're like trying to get out.
Yeah,
of the way.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
fucking hell.
The fairground rides. Oh, for fuck's sake. Can we just please get rid of fairground rides at festivals? Fools. Either that or just make a fairground nearby. If people really want to go on a goddamn waltz or whatever. And I get it. For some people, they're fun and all that. And I'm not a killjoy. Have your fun, whatever. To me, the issue is the music fucking blares out, repeats the same shit. I swear to God, if I have to hear Guns N' Roses one more time at Bloodstock over and over again. And it's not even that whole area. It's no fun to be around. I hate them.
I've got no problem with them. I agree with the music thing. I mean, I'm not a fan of them, like, more especially not the ones that are there. I've got no intention, even if there were like some really cool rides there, I wouldn't be going on because that's just not what I'm there for.
Yeah.
I agree with you about the music. It gets very annoying.
Yes.
I think it'd be great if Bloodstock just said to them, like, look, when you come in, here's a 10-track CD that you have to play.
Yeah. This is what you must play.
Play this. Stop playing that. But generally, if people enjoy them, they enjoy them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sort of be like a killjoy on it, but like I remember seeing a suggestion on the sort of Bloodstock Metal forum thing about things that can be improved next year, and I thought this one was fucking brilliant, which was basically get rid of the fairground rides, make that area a covered seating area.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fucking brilliant. I was like, yeah, it's far enough away from the main stages, which means people aren't just going to rock up and sit there all day because they cannot see or hear anything. Because the thing about the Lemmy's Bar is that those seats can see the main stage and the new blood. Whereas if it was out of the way and you needed a rest and a chill out bit away from the stages, fantastic. Cover it, similar to what you do with the strongman stuff and all that. I thought it was a brilliant idea. I don't think they'll do it because I don't know what deal there is for fairground rides. Do you see what I mean? Like if Blood's sort of getting like some decent income from it or something, you know. But to me, it's smart.
They get used, don't they?
They do get used. Bumper cars are really popular. Keep the bumper cars.
You'd imagine whoever's the purveyor of the fairground rides is paying for a pitch.
Presumably so, yeah.
It's there for Bloodstock are generating some money from it that they're not going to get from, a tent and some benches.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. That would something be Bloodstock having to pay for something rather than getting money for something instead. So yeah, I do agree with you on that. Right. Merch stands, the official Bloodstock merch stands. I gotta say, man, I thought it was one of the worst I've seen for how goddamn difficult it was to get shirts. Now, if you wanted the official stuff from the big bands, no problem. It's all there, and I get it. Bloodstock's going to put their stuff on display. Yeah. But the corners, where you normally find the New Blood bands and all that, shocking. Yeah. Now, I don't know how much of it was based on what Bloodstock or the staff were putting up, or
the band's not bringing
their shit and stuff like that. But honestly, I could have spent, put it this way, I had £300 to spend on merch. In the end, I think I spent 50.
Yeah, it's the least amount of t-shirts I've ever come up with.
Yeah,
by a long shot.
And it's
wasn't for not trying.
Yeah,
it was over there all the time asking, like, "Have you got this band?" And I got told some weird things by the people there, man. Mm-hmm. I went over on a day that Control the Storm played, which is what we've always believed is you're only allowed to sell the merch on the day that you play.
Yeah.
And I asked them, "Can we have Control the Storm shirts?" And they said, "No, there aren't any here." And I was like, "Well, how come?" And they went, "Oh, they've already took them all." And this was only about fucking 2 PM. And it's like, you can't have taken them all.
Wait, so it was Control the Storm that you were talking. I remember you mentioning this.
Oh yeah, I went over there. We didn't get to see a lot of Control the Storm. I got to see the last track, because I dashed over there. And you was putting the equipment back, and saw the last song. My missus and everybody that we were with were like blown away by it.
Yeah,
it was fucking amazing.
We missed something good there.
And about an hour or two after that, while we was walking around the merch stand area, I went over there to buy a Control the Storm shirt. And I wasn't told that we sold out. I wasn't told anything like that. I was told, no, we don't have any. They've already picked it all up and taken it. And I don't believe they had.
No way.
And I was like, and I was arguing, I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they were selling it yesterday, it's already gone. I was like, no, because they've only just played. And he was like, yeah, no, I'm sure they took it yesterday. I was like, can you check? And he was like, it's not here. He was like, oh, okay. But it wasn't even the fact that a lot of the band's stuff, when you asked for it, wasn't there. It was also, they didn't have it up at all, so you couldn't go over and look.
Yeah.
There were 3 or 4 bands occasionally you might get up there. You go over there and you'd be like all the bands that are playing, like all the new, where's all the t-shirts, man?
Yeah. When 10 Ton Slug put up a post on Facebook, I think it was yesterday, about having their Bloodstock shirts still, like some of them are left. I remember thinking, wait a minute, I remember seeing that before. Go on Bloodstock. I remember thinking to myself, yeah, I'll pick up one of them because it was a specific Bloodstock design. I didn't see that once all weekend.
No.
Fucking sucks.
So yeah, For the official merch and all that, I've got one complaint. Well, I thought some of the t-shirt designs this year were pretty cool. I quite like the fact that they've done like a few grey ones and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, one thing though, like sizes, man.
Yeah.
You got to do some kids sizes.
Okay.
And there are a lot. You know, it's a family-friendly festival. There's a lot of kids there. Bloodstock make a big thing about this. Yeah, we went there and we tried. We always bring our little girl, 7-year-old, home a Bloodstock t-shirt.
Yep.
And we asked them for what's the smallest size they do, and the smallest size they do is a small for a child or something like that, which would basically be for like a 12-year-old.
Oh right, okay.
No smaller than that in any of the official merch.
Right.
And it's like, really? But like all these kids around here, like they want
Yeah,
parents buying t-shirts for that. And again, they didn't specifically say to me they sold out. Maybe they had them and they sold out. What they told me was, no, we don't do any smaller than that.
Right.
And we said across any of the t-shirts, we went, no, across all of our t-shirts, the smallest we go to fit about a 12, 13-year-old. I just thought that's a bit of a strange thing.
Yeah, it is. It is because you would think they'd have at least a selection.
Yeah,
maybe not like loads.
Don't get loads of them because you know, but it is a kid. You know, there's loads of kids there, man. People are gonna buy shirts for their kids and all that sort of stuff. What you always get, and you get it on these stands as well, the selling shops. They only have sort of two sizes or like two groups of people. They do us grown-ups, yeah, and then they do baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Give some fucking toddler stuff.
Yeah.
Man. Some 7-year-old, 8-year-old stuff like that. Because baby's only wearing it because we're forcing them on it.
Yeah,
but actually, when they get 7 or 8, and they're like, "Oh, I really like this band," or "I really like Parkway Drive," and we can come back and give them a Parkway Drive t-shirt. You can't have that, but what you can have is one that says, "My dad loves metal."
Yeah.
My dad
Mini
rocks
Mosher.
hard.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I want one with official band merch, mate. So yeah, so kid sizes would be great in a few of your t-shirts.
Also, why did Dimmy Borgir merch go up in the end? This one, I know it's a question been asked and sort of while the merch was there and all that, but surely, like, I don't know, Bloodstock shouldn't have put it up.
I'm imagining maybe like a lot of stuff got sent over beforehand.
Yeah.
And they just, I don't know. Maybe it got mixed up and it was just out there. Somebody brought it all around as is, all the merch for the big bands, and they didn't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know it did actually. So.
Yeah, no, I noticed on Sunday. Yeah.
I wonder if anyone bought some.
Yeah. All right, Lemmy's Bar, which is basically the main bar in the main arena. I heavily praised this, the staff behind it, before in the pre, and my stance hasn't changed. I fucking love that bar.
I am, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna roll back one as well though. We spoke about the VIP, and we've also complained about the VIP bar staff. This year, I thought it was great.
Yes, actually, now you've said it.
Yeah, not on that because we did say like sort your lives out and cheer up a little bit.
Yep.
Obviously, because we asked them to do that. They fucking did.
Yep.
The staff behind there, I don't know their names. Some of those people were fucking brilliant.
Yep.
Genuinely making me laugh. Me trying to order pints of seashells.
Oh, that was funny.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Wouldn't let me point at it until I said it about 10 times. They were much improved, man. Well done.
Well, now you've said it, actually. Well, I forgot to put it in here, but you mentioned. Let's just talk staff overall in the sense, right? So you're right. Bar staff, including me, who complained about some VIP stuff, loved it. Loved the people I met in Lemmy's. But also want to give a shout out for me personally, security. Fuck, they were particularly in the VIP areas and even out and about, and the guys that we kept running into at the press area. They had to deal with the shitty weather like us, probably let shitty sleep, couldn't enjoy themselves. Yeah, and constant. Bar one.
Go on. Who did nothing wrong. But I question his work ethics.
Right.
And he was always at the entrance between VIP and the main arena. And it was always him and one other person. And he was always on his phone. Every time I walked past him, he was leaning on the barrier on his phone while the other person was checking everything. I said to a few people, I might have even said it to you at some point, and I know I spoke to one of our other friends that I was there, and he was the same. He was like, this guy's doing nothing. I
think I might actually know the one. I'll describe him afterwards and see if it is the same guy.
I was just like, for the whole weekend, every time I walked past him, he was like just chilled. And everyone else was like friendly, hey guys, you know.
Yeah.
And he was just there staring at his phone.
Sometimes it was like too friendly for like we'd be walking over to the press tent at stupid o'clock in the morning, and like the guys at the entrance to Serpent's Lair, morning, how you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
the people at the entrance to the press area.
Yeah.
Cool guys.
Yeah.
And again, talking on the bars, even in the Sophie tent.
Yep.
There was one person in particular in there, quite young looking lady, who just seemed to be grafting. Like, she pretty much served me every single time.
Really?
And she would constant beaming smile, genuinely over the moon to serve everybody.
Yeah.
And I think every day I went in there and got a drink, and she was always in there working, but at no point across the whole weekend did she not have a smile on her face.
Yeah. So, yeah, big up the staff. Yeah. And although we have no personal experiences from behind the scenes regarding crews and all that, one of the overriding factors we took from the New Blood bands was a lot of the interviews you'll see praised how fucking good they are and how quick the turnaround and all that. Yeah. We don't see it, but that many different people saying it, wicked.
We also, I think a few of them also mentioned a thing that I've seen the New Blood staff mention on Facebook before, which is apparently they were well fed with biscuits.
Oh!
They like a biscuit. Bring a biscuit, they'll do anything for you.
Brilliant.
Or a packet, I suppose, not a biscuit.
So yeah, I think like staffing wise and the security and the bar staff and all that, they did wicked, particularly even on a Sunday when people would have been a lot more miserable.
Every point of it, like, I can't think of, like, even crossing back to the car for a bit.
Yeah.
The poor bugger sitting out of the road every morning without fail. Morning.
Oh, you had that funny story though. Repeat that story.
Oh, but there was one guy that was, I think he was trying to. There was a male and a female, and I think he was trying to be all like show how metal he was to the female, and he was telling her all about the bands.
Yeah.
And then he was like, big band today you might like, Parkway Drive. And she was like, oh really? It was really cute, quite romantic.
Yeah.
And then he went, oh yeah, big American band. Let's quickly go, like, as we were walking past, like, Australian! Try and help him out a little bit. But yeah, like every single entrance exit, wherever he ran into anybody, he was smart. In the morning, and I'd walk up to the toilet or I'd walk up to get coffee or anything like that, and you'd always see the security who kind of cut through the VIP, get into their positions.
Oh, yeah.
And even there in the morning, as you walk past them, they're all like, morning.
Yeah.
It's genuinely brightens your day.
Yeah, I think they've nailed the people they had this year.
Yeah, fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Showsec, I think this.
Showsec, yeah.
Like, enough respect, man. Great.
Brilliant. Well, thank you.
Look at us not complaining.
I know it's getting, but they're coming because we're now going to talk about food. Food. Right. Well, start step by step. I don't know. Right. So, did you ever eat at the food places inside the VIP? There was a coffee place, and the burger. Right. So I didn't eat there either. So no comment on that.
Sorry. Yeah. No, I did. Yeah. Sorry. I got a bacon roll from it.
Okay. Decent?
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, perfect.
Coffee was weak as shit, as you always get. Like, it's big tankers in it.
Yeah, of course.
To be fair to them, they was doing their best as well. They was battling the elements. The front of the one of the coffee places, the stall was like the sugar kept being blown off the milk. They were trying to hold it together.
Oh, yeah.
The coffee tastes like piss, but 7:30 in the morning.
You're just going to have one.
It's just nice to have a coffee. Drink. But yeah, the bacon rolls and all that was smashing. Probably overloaded them as well.
Oh, really?
It was great. It wasn't like
one slice. Yeah. Here's one slice and a massive bap. Inside the VIP, there was the coffee place. I've forgotten the name. They're every fucking time. Monkshood. I mean.
Yeah. Anyway, Monk something.
They're the regular guys. They've been there as long as I've been going to Bloodstock, which is 6 years now. Always really. They're like a professional coffee place.
Yeah, I didn't.
They take their time. But
I didn't have any coffee from this year.
Okay.
But I did last year, and I know that they are decent coffee.
Yeah.
And the only reason I didn't is because whenever we were coming into there, it was because we were coming in to get started on the press.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're a popular addition to it. Next to them was a food place. Yeah. I don't know the name of it, but you'll know it if were in there. I had one thing from that place. And it was because I was like, look, I need to eat something because I can eat this to my wife. Can you just pop over there and grab me something before we do the next round of interviews? And I think it's been a long time since I've eaten something this bad at a fucking festival. This burger cost £8.50 as well. There's been a big conversation. We'll maybe get to the end about pricing anyway. £8.50 for this greasy, undercooked, fucking horrid burger that I had like 3 or 4 mouthfuls on. Was like, nope, I cannot eat this. I'm chucking it in a fucking bin. Furious. I was actually really annoyed about it because it was like that's not Bloodstock. That felt like I transported back to 2009 at bloody Download, where like you expected shitty burgers and were just grateful that you had anything to eat.
It's like an industrial estate sort of burger, isn't it? But at a festival price.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest thing.
You chuck me a greasy burger like that for £3.
It is what it is.
It's on me.
Yeah.
If you pay £8.50 for it. You're not expecting fucking like the Ritz, but you want your meat cooked.
Yeah.
I didn't eat from there, but I do know 2 other people that we were who did, and all they did actually get from there was a portion of chips, and they threw half of them away because half of them were undercooked.
Don't have them back. They're terrible.
They actually were, and I didn't eat from there, so I'm not gonna like hammer you whatsoever. But you were my biggest disappointment food-wise from the whole festival, anyway, because of who you replaced. Because last year, the band that was there instead was the Breakfast Band. And you could get a full English breakfast. They worked in partnership, didn't they, with Monks?
That's right.
So you could pay 10 bob you get a nice coffee, and you know, a nice breakfast.
They had a name of something that was like effectively like black pudding and everything stuffed into one thing, the coffin brick or something like that.
Yeah, and it was cracking food. We had that pretty much every morning last year. So I felt like, it's a shame that they weren't there. It's a big step down. Big step down.
So we won't go for every food place.
No. Where we ate, really.
And we'll keep one to the very end. You know what we're coming to at the very fucking end. But
and we are going to have slightly different opinions on some of this stuff, purely because you are more fussy about your food.
Of course, yes.
But also, I didn't eat at a vast amount of places.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't eat very much
at Bloodstock.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
We would, because we were busy for so long, and then it was like see a band. It just didn't really come up. Yeah. I think the two major places I ate was the paella place.
Yeah.
Which vegetable paella I absolutely adore. I'm really happy with that. And the Texas Smokehouse, where I wrecked myself for the rest of the night by proceeding to have chili chips and a chili hot dog at the same time. And I was fine until I got home, and then I had horrible heartburn all night long.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, heartburn. I never get heartburn, and I had terrible heartburn.
Well, the best food that I had there was my last day when I had the burrito.
Oh, you had a... Oh, of course you had a burrito,
stand. I can't remember what the stand is called. Burrito, I think it's called Burrito Boys.
Burrito Boys, yeah.
And it was fucking delicious.
Yeah.
And the orange braised beef with, you know, chili sauce, all the works, barring the white stuff what they put in there.
Oh, why, yeah.
Avoid that shit like the plague. Jalapenos, everything all over it. And it was just fucking great food, man. And a massive portion of it. You know, I think it was like £8 or something like that, or £9. You were talking about your burger.
Yeah.
And you saw the thing that come back.
Yeah, I remember you eating it,
I was having to eat it with a fork. And that I would happen. I hope they come back, and because I'll eat that again all day long.
Right.
A bit more range now, I guess, would be good, because they only do chicken or beef.
Oh,
so
right.
if you're not a fan of beef and you don't want to risk the chicken, you kind of out.
Yeah.
You know, like, but yeah, the beef one's fantastic.
I heard a lot of people... Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to move on to the only other one that I ate like really properly, which was the hot dog place. Again, I don't know the name of it. It was like a massive foot long.
This is the one near the main main stage, wasn't it?
Opposite.
I think I know the one you're about. Yeah,
I think behind the sound sort of area. But again, it was good. Very, very good. Yeah, I don't know how much it was because my missus bought it.
Well, okay.
Covered in onions. And it was very, very nice.
It's a hot dog. Yeah. Happy days. Talking of your missus, she ate at the pie place.
She did.
A few complaints about that.
Not from her.
Right, she was happy. Yeah.
She had pies from there twice. She had a minted lamb one first time round, which she proper adored.
Yeah, I remember. I was walking along with you guys with that one. Yeah.
And then on the last day when we had something to eat before we shut off, she got like, I think it was like ham and mushroom or chicken and mushroom or something like that.
Something straightforward.
Which again, she devoured. So it seemed extremely popular. I mean, in terms of a queue, it was only really the burrito, the pie. Over in that far corner, there was a pie place, a burrito place, ostrich burger, and something else. But I can't remember the something else, which had the biggest queue of all.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a massive queue.
I can picture it, but
other than that one, the pie place, like, they were quick and all that. Don't get me wrong, but every time she went there was a massive queue.
Right.
So they might. Oh, it's the Yorkshire pudding place.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah.
That was. I didn't have it because I looked at when I went over there. Right. Here's how fussy I am about food. I walked over there planning to get a pie. I looked at the queue, so I went, I'm going to get Yorkshire pudding. And I looked at the queue. The Burrito Boys queue was a lot shorter.
Just like, that's what I'm going to do.
And it was the right decision anyway.
Yeah, you made the right call.
But yeah, she enjoyed the pies. I had a bit of a chicken pie at the end of it, and mash and all that. It all tasted fine to me. Very much enjoyed it, yeah.
Yeah, good. Ultimately, though, we're going to come down to this, and it was talked quite heavily about it, but he's got experience now as well. First off, I cannot fucking believe, not only was there one Easy Cheesies, not only was there two Easy Cheesies, there were fucking three Easy. How much were they struggling to get people to pitch up that they felt the need to have three Easy Cheesies? I couldn't believe it. The quality of the choice of food I felt was lacking this year. There was a couple of major things missing. Hippie Chippy was missing.
Yeah.
We're really missing that nice coffee place inside. There was Mr. T's.
Mr. T's.
But I'm not big on tea, so and all that. Like even if I do, it's literally like if I have a cup of tea, I want it black and strong.
It was a nice morning thing, wasn't it? Because it was toasties as well.
Yeah, that's really missing.
Nice stodgy cheese and ham toasty or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. But Easy Cheesy fucking infuriated me, and then you went and bought some.
Yeah, I did buy some. To be fair, their chips are actually nice. Their curly fries are really nice.
Yep.
There's no problem with the actual food they cook. Your problem with them is the cheese.
Yes.
Which is kind of their selling point, so that's a fair problem to have.
Yeah, easy cheesy, yeah.
Easy chips, I don't mind it. the liquid cheese stuff. I said to you at some point while eating it, it was like, you know, yeah, I'll eat it and it's fine, but you never go back.
No.
You never go,
Wow.
oh, that was fucking cracking. I'm gonna go back there tomorrow. You go, right, I've had it now. That's done. My problem with them was that the guy just, they obviously, I don't know how much cheese. Maybe they get paid based on the ladles of cheese they give out.
Right.
Because I went up to him and I was saying,
so much.
just put a little bit of cheese on there. Not much.
Yeah.
Not much of it. And I thought that'd be alright. I'll have the chips and then I'll have a little bit of cheese.
Yeah.
And he ladled one on there and I was like, it was so much. I was like, no more than that. And he ladled again and I was like, dude, stop. And he was like, oh, okay. Like that. And it was swimming in it. And I was like, what the fuck? So he's probably like, yeah, I don't know, they get like a £1 per ladle and give away or something like that, man. But
yeah, 3 is
three
excessive.
of them was too much. And,
Yeah.
I you know, there's nothing like, it's not like one stand's doing burgers and hot dogs and one stand's doing chips and other things. They're all just doing the same thing. And everywhere we looked, and I pointed out to you once, didn't I? I was like, look at the queues at the food places, look at Easy
Yeah, you
Cheese.
did.
Not a single person.
That's right, yeah.
So I do think, you know, it's not on Bloodstock because I suppose they can say no, but if they got 3 pitchers and Easy Cheesy say we're going to pay you for 3 pitchers,
They're going to take
that's
it.
on them.
Yeah, they're going to take
You know?
it, yeah.
It's on the other people. It's, you know, like we want Mr. T's back, but you know, Bloodstock can't make them come back. We need them to want to come back and then pick up a pitch.
Go back further. We want Deli Cake back, but obviously
Yeah.
she's now retired and we're not going to get that. So, do you know what I mean? You might want it.
The only other food place I did, which again, like, was anti all the rules that Carl puts in place around food, is I had chicken.
Oh,
and
you
chips.
had chicken and chips. You
Yeah.
did.
From the
So
fried
lots
chicken
of
place.
people.
So risky, mate. I like to live life on the edge.
Yeah, I mean,
And to be fair, 2 points of it. One positive, one negative. Positive, it was very well cooked.
Good.
Very, very well cooked chicken. And I'm not an idiot and I'm just going to eat chicken. I pull it apart.
oh
And,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
If
yeah.
I open this thing up and I see like, and a feather comes out.
Yeah.
So I tend to like open it up and like, yeah, that's well cooked, I'll eat that. There ain't no KFC in terms of whatever their fucking secret ingredient is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I know what your secret ingredient is. I'm pretty sure it's grease.
Okay.
Because as much as I did enjoy it, greasy kind of chicken is nice occasionally, don't get me wrong. But it was like, you know, it was dodgy with grease, with no real kind of spice or any kick or any of that. It was just like kind of pulling it apart, and if you squeezed it, it would
Oh,
yeah.
it's so horrible.
So yeah, it wasn't great chicken, but it was cooked well, which was good.
Yeah, I actually remembered. Yeah, I also ate at the mac and cheese place.
Oh yeah, you did.
I had a mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
And,
mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's not something I eat regularly, and I didn't mind it. Didn't love it. It's one of those things where it's like I ate it once, and that was
Another good
it.
stodgy meal though, isn't it?
That's what it was.
It's a tummy filler.
It's a pasta, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah, that'll do. Although I did try to go back there on Sunday, and someone jumped in front of me in the queue and got served, and I got really annoyed, and the woman behind the counter who's doing the money like looked at me and was like, oh, and I was just like, "Rrr," and walked off, you know. But that's it. Yeah, it was a bit like that. "Rrr."
Or you.
Right.
So the only other thing though, like, which isn't a food place, but is a shop.
Well, yeah, shops was going to be next.
You are going to do it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we're going to talk about shops.
Oh yeah, look, it's on the itinerary.
It is on the itinerary. Yeah, shops.
So
I'll do an overall thing first.
Yeah.
Or the statement.
yeah,
I think the shops at Bloodstock need a refresh.
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! I mean, right. There's one other type of shop though. I want to touch on before we get into these main shops. And
Okay.
It's this camp shop that they have in the main.
Oh
arena,
right.
which is, it's not a fucking shop, man. It's like a fucking car boot fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, what have you got today? We've got 3 boxes of Daz and 2 t-shirts. I came for a camping chair. Oh no, come back tomorrow. You never know. What the fuck are you?
We'll see what we find at the
We
dump.
sell cigarettes. How much? 15 quid a box.
Mm.
Okay, that just meant people went and jumped in their cars. So we're all going greener. We can't buy stuff here, so we all jump in our cars and drive around the local area trying to buy stuff because the camping shop either doesn't have it, has it, but it's from 1922,
Yep.
or it's charging you like 150% of the price. So I think that shop should just fuck off.
Yep.
You know, and I've never been to it, but apparently this Frank's camping shop.
The one in the main campsite.
If this is as good as everyone says it is, put it in the fucking arena.
Yeah, put that in the arena.
Yeah, tell these little fucking nobody shops, which like basically just there to rip people off. They can fucking go and sit in a campsite.
Agreed. Yeah, bring that Frank's one into the main arena because apparently it is pretty bang on, except for playing like drum and bass at 3 in the morning or something.
Okay.
But
Don't bring it.
yeah, I imagine it will get away in the arena.
Yeah.
But overall the shop. So the layout was the same, and to be honest, I'm 99% sure every shop was the exact fucking same it's been for the last couple of years.
Had the same stuff that they didn't sell last
Yeah,
year. That's
yeah.
what it felt like.
It's we walk around, we do a big lap of it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, some of them are cool, right? I like the kind of record collecting, cassette collecting ones
Yeah.
like that. You see loads of cool things. In
Yes.
there. I don't think they're priced very well. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm at a camp, at a festival,
Yeah.
and I go into someone's stall and they're selling like a Rotting Christ vinyl, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but if I can get it for the same price from Rotting Christ, I'll just do that when I get home.
Yeah.
So if you're going to charge me the same price, why would I give the money to you when I can give it to Rotting Christ?
That's kind of how we
so,
operate.
you know,
Yeah.
you go into these things thinking, oh, we'll pick up a bargain, and then you pick up, oh, look, here's Metallica's Master of Puppets on vinyl, 33 quid. I don't think even fucking Metallica charge that anymore.
Yeah.
So you kind of get to the point where actually the CD record and cassette kind of patches and all that, it's called a browse. There's very little point in picking any of it up.
Yeah.
You know, the clothes shops are just tired as fuck, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Tired as fuck.
Genuinely. There's nothing. I'm so sick to death of seeing Wolf t-shirts.
Yeah.
You know, you're going into these things looking for band t-shirts, and some of them are so random. Like, you know, that I was looking at those black kind of work shirt.
That's right. Yeah.
And I was like, well, it'd be cool if they had a Pantera one.
Yeah,
That's the kind of Pantera thing. And you're going through them, and they've got a Green Day one. A Blink-182.
Yeah.
Because that's very much what Blink-182 used to work, wearing it.
It's almost like you've gone through the warehouse and been like, what have we got?
What shirts have we got? What transfers have we got? Slap all them on there.
Absolutely.
Job done.
I do want to give a shout out to one shop I never want to see go. Now, I can't remember the name of it, but it combines horror stuff as well as like some unique band stuff with quite clever designs.
Yeah.
They do prints now. I have a lot of their prints, which is designed by I think the shop's owner's father, and they also do cushions with horror designs on it. We picked up 2 last year. We picked up 2 this year. 2 for 45.
Yeah.
Fucking love that place.
Yeah, there are some. That's what I mean. It's not all of those.
Seasons of Mist is a good one.
Seasons of Mist is a good one. Although I'm not, I still haven't forgiven them for the T-shirt from a couple of years back about killing Lars or fuck off Lars.
Oh, was that them?
I'm pretty sure that was them.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. But Season of Mist is a good shop.
Yeah.
And the EMP one was pretty good actually as well. Merch that they had in there.
I didn't go into EMP.
I'm sure it was EMP, wasn't it? Where Dan picked up his.
Pyrrhicon.
In Pericon.
Pyrrhicon,
sorry,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Dan picked up some junk.
Yeah, they had some pretty cool stuff in there.
Yeah. It just needs a refresh.
Yeah.
Just needs something different, a few different variations. I'm tired of going passing another shop that's selling a bazillion horns and hats and stuff like that. The same one, you know. I don't know what the answer here is because it's a very contained and very familiar.
Yeah, it is, and it's like, and again, it's not really. I don't even know if there is an answer because I guess what happens is that there are pictures available, and then people take the pictures,
and that's that.
And that's really what it is. And I guess they wouldn't come if they ain't selling product.
Presumably so,
they
yeah.
must be selling some stuff, you know. But yeah, I'm not seeing what. I think there was, although you're going to tell it's probably not for me, and I can't remember the name of it, but there was the place that was very popular as well, which was looking after the dreadlocks and all that sort of stuff, which my missus would kill me if I don't point out. She went in there 3 or 4 times.
Oh, really?
They were fantastic. They put a few beads in for her.
Is it? Okay, I didn't know she'd done that. That's cool.
I asked them what they could do for me, and she laughed and then pointed out the one blonde wig they had left.
Oh, okay. Didn't even look at your beard and think we could put
No, I was joking.
Oh, okay.
I took my hat off. I was like, what can you do for me? Like, well, we got that. So they had a sense of humour as well, which was cool.
Yeah, I mean, like
I'm
stuff.
trying to think what was on the other side because there were some things on the other side as well, which
We had like Offend My Eyes, obviously the Sophie
candle place.
Candles. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's
sorry, the back
Simon
end of
Hall's and his wife's candle place.
we picked up one.
Heathen Wax.
Heathen Wax.
That's it.
But, yeah, we picked up one for there, which was cool.
Yep.
There's some alright stalls. And then some that are just there every year and they don't seem to replenish their stock. Or whatever they do have. And like, you know, there's the jewellery place, which is some really cool jewellery. It really does have some really neat jewellery and it's affordable prices, all that sterling silver and all that sort of stuff. But everything, we went there and we was like, my missus was looking to get the Nordic cross, the Viking emblem, on a ring. Because they had loads of them on a ring, and everything we asked about was like, have you got that and this size? No, that and that size. Yeah, because they're not a proper shop. It's like, this is what we got.
Yes, you kind of just got.
So you'd be like, oh, I really like that design, but that ring doesn't fit me. Have you got it in my size? No, we haven't got it in your size.
Of
How
course.
about that pendant? No, we haven't got that one. You know, and you just like, you do that for 10 minutes. You go, okay, and you move on.
You just give up, yeah.
You go to the next shop and you go to see if we can find a band like a Rotten Christ t-shirt because they played it. It's like Wolf, 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 Wolf. Kids t-shirt. My dad likes metal. And you go, alright, move on.
Yeah, we agree. It needs a refresh. Right. While it's in my mind, I didn't write it here again, so I remember. Let's talk about the people of Bloodstock, the general public.
Let's just do one more little bit on the stands quickly, right?
Okay, yeah, go on.
Charity stands, mental health stands,
all
that sort of stuff.
Right, of course. Obviously, Sophie.
I thought it was fantastic that they were the young minds. I think was
that's
there.
it.
there was a real strong representation of them, and it was really cool to be able to walk around, and almost in every corner of the arena there was this place that people go for help. So only a little bit on it. I just think that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just like, oh, you know, there's a tent over there somewhere over the back.
It's true.
They seemed to be dotted around absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Supporting the good causes there, Bloodstock.
Yeah. All right, talking about good causes then. People. The general people that we run, and not who we run into, but just the people we don't know.
Yeah.
Did you run into any dickheads?
Did I run into any dickheads? No, I don't think I did.
Same here.
Nah.
No? Seemed pretty...
Everybody seemed really chilled, really having a good time.
Yeah.
In a way. Thinking about it. Because this depends how far we go with whether a dickhead's not. Everyone that I ran into was cool. I had a few conversations with people. I had one guy who, I can't remember who I was waiting for, but he came out of the VIP and just decided he's going to high five absolutely everybody.
Oh, yeah.
He queued to get signings with Rotting Christ, and all the people in the crowd were cool as fuck, and everyone was having a good laugh and a chat and all that. So everywhere around people like that's fine. But then you get the random shit like the guy lying asleep in the doorway to the Sophie tent.
Oh, yeah.
Now he hasn't done anything to me personally, but it's fucking pitch black, and when you trip over you or you put your chair there, you think you had one who gave you a filthy look when you walked into their chair.
I walked into their chair. They looked like they wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
Couldn't see their fucking chairs, pitched up. We'll get to chairs at the end.
Yeah. So So generally, I thought everybody looked like they were just having a crack at
Yeah.
And a lot of times, sit at a bench and people sit down with us. Everyone's having a joke and a laugh and all that sort of stuff. You know, it's cool.
I generally, I've got no like, oh, this happened to me stories. Generally, didn't anyone that kind of did talk to me, or like, you know, sometimes when you're having a piss, the worst time you want to get to a chat with a stranger is at your urinal, but that's when they decide to really want to talk to you, you know. But yeah, mostly, and you know, I'm not always the friendliest of people. At least I don't think I am. Once I get talking to someone, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But at first, I don't think I'm an approachable guy often. So that was really, really cool. And like, we'll do captures in a minute, but I do want to also touch upon the people that we've either met over the years that either saw the hats or saw face and came up. And either we interviewed them last year in bands or we just made friends with them for whatever reason and so on. One of the things was that it did not about making me feel special in front of that, but it generally made me really feel at home. When there was a point where I walked from the main stage to the Sophie stage, and I think I walked into 4 different people who I hadn't met before, who I'd met previous times. Yeah. And like, my son was like to me, "Oh God, you're famous," and all that, like a joke. And it was like, "No, Dan, like I met these people and stuff like that." It was I run into Alpha Omega, who were a band who played the Jaeger last year, a thrash band, great, and it was just awesome to have a catch up with them. The boys from Sarkoth, Steve from Democritus, however you say their band's name. It was just really nice to sort of like, oh, hello, how you doing? That kind of thing. Shout out to the guy that tapped me on my back while we were watching the band in the main stage. I think he said he worked for Metal Blade and stuff like that. And, it was just,
it's cool.
Shit, that was lovely.
Yeah.
You know?
And it is nice when you've been there for a while now, especially with the interviews, because you do sometimes, even though you don't have to necessarily approach them, but you see familiar faces as well. And there were other bands there that I saw, and we saw walking about. And, we're not like the sort of people that are just going to come up and necessarily interrupt you. Yeah. And I think I saw Earthbound walking around 3 or 4 times. But every time I saw them, they looked like they was on a mission running towards the stage.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm not going to jump in and stop you. We saw Melissa from Aeonia. At the Jaeger stage.
I'm sure, 99% sure it was her, yep.
And just a few familiar faces like that around, so it kind of gives you that little bit of a
with a massive chat
home sort of thing when you see people all around you.
We had a massive long chat with he used to be in I've forgotten the band last year. Oh my, Equinox, his new band Reaper. Him and his girlfriend. A lovely chat with him on I think Friday evening in the thing. So that was just awesome. Yeah. It starts to make where you're like, shit, we're actually a part of this.
God, you're so famous.
No, well, not even because of the GBHBL connection, but more just for like, okay, our face or whatever, my new head.
It gives testament, doesn't it, to the idea that it's a family fun festival and a community. Yeah. And it makes it feel more like a community when you're walking through a crowd of a sea of 11,000 or whatever strangers. Yeah. Depending on how many people are there in a day, and it's like, hey, how you doing?
I love that. Amazing. Yeah. But then we're gonna wrap up the people on their negative. Now we obviously talked about camp chairs leading into it. I didn't expect it to be. I think it was the worst year I've been for camp chairs. Fuck you. If you took your camp chair and went fucking how deep into that crowd? How deep? Now, no one... We always say this. You need to sit down, guys. We get it. It's tiring. Trust us. Brendan said it best, I think, at another point on Sunday, where we're not going to sit down, but you don't have to look at those chairs with envy sometimes.
Yeah.
You know? But the people that are going deeper and deeper, and then on that side of the stage, the New Blood side of the stage, that is becoming a hazard.
Yeah, it's just, I don't understand. I don't understand the thinking of people. That's what it is, because we've said it before, right? The New Blood stage, sofa to stage, anywhere it is, you can put a chair down. We get it. You know, we want your chairs sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's just about using your common sense and thinking, or lacking, maybe being a little bit more humble and like not so arrogant and thinking, this is the main walkway everyone comes in, but I don't give a fuck. I'm sitting here.
Yep.
Why would you think like that? I would never do that. More because I wouldn't feel like I need to piss everybody off. Why would I put myself in the way?
You know you're going to be annoying people. You know? Yeah.
It's ridiculous. At some points, the main stage, and again, I think I said this to you, or I said it to somebody that was there. It looked like a theatre. Yeah. You know, there was just rows of chairs, not far back, like 10 people away from the main stage. You know, if you were at the side. Yeah. And it was just like, wow, this is getting really bad. I actually think, genuinely, and I know this will suck for a lot of people, I think Bloodstock should do something about that. Yeah. I think they should have had security come out and say, you guys need to move the chairs back because you're a fucking hazard. Yeah. I think the security in the tents should have been saying to him, you need to move your chairs away from the entrance. Yeah. You know, I know they can't look after everything all the time, and a lot of stuff we have to look after ourselves. But unfortunately, it appears that some people just haven't got the fucking common sense to, or the consideration. I don't think it's common sense. I think it's consideration. It's an arrogance. It's a rudeness to think that 1,000 people want to walk through here, but I'm more important than you, so I'm putting my fucking chair here. Agreed. And you can walk around me. Agreed. What sort of a fucking attitude is that?
No, I 100% agree. I can see if this continues. It's like anything. Once you take the piss, they have to step in. I think
they have to step in.
They've always had a sort of general rule, which is, oh, don't put your captain chair past the sound desk and stuff like that. They're gonna have to start implementing this if this continues.
They've got to do something, because what will happen is if they continue, what it's starting to do, and what it will do is it will generate bad blood between the people that are there, because it will just take somebody to walk into a chair and for him to say to the wrong person like, "Oh, you banged into my chair," and for him to go, "Why you put your fucking chair there?"
and off it
to
goes.
Have your proper kick off at Bloodstock.
Yeah.
And then security are breaking up fights.
Yeah.
And as that grows, you know, because of stupid things like that, and you know, then try and sell you a tag of a family, kid-friendly festival.
Yeah.
So you've got to control what people are doing, because unfortunately people can't control themselves.
That's it. You know, and like I said, we stand by what we're saying. We just sit back. Yeah. Sit back and don't do 10 long seating and arrangements and decide this is where I'm staying for the day. And also as well, try in the tents. Think about it. It's dark. There are bad people are moving around. It's small. That's what I knocked into a chair. It was in Selfies. And there were people lying on the floor in near darkness, and you're trying to just come on. You want to lie down in the sofa stand and have a little sleep? It's got sides. Yeah. Go to the fucking side.
People go and lie down.
Yeah.
You know. Mm. Yeah. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I find the whole thing.
I find it frustrating.
Massively baffling, I find it frustrating too. But I just find it baffling because it's trying to get an insight into the person's mind. It's not the fact that your chair's there, but it's what in your mind made you think it was all right to put it there. Yeah. You know, how does your mind work that you felt so little for everybody around you that you felt you had the right of way there? Yep. To just plot your chair there.
I agree. I agree.
Me coming and find where he sleeps and then putting my chair in his entrance to his tent.
Yeah.
No. You've all got to walk around me to get into your tent.
That's right. Yeah.
You wouldn't do that because it's rude.
It is. Right, move on from that. I haven't got it here again, but it's in my mind. Let's talk about Bloodstock's drive to recycle. Get us to sort of change our ways. How do you think that overall went?
I thought it went fantastically, considering the challenges they had and the challenges that they had that then caused challenges for us, which were mainly around what fucking bins, for what type of
the bin shit.
And I'm not suggesting you overuse plastics, but in all honesty, it was calling out for a sticker on a bin.
It was, yeah.
It wasn't their fault about the wind, but they had cardboard signs or wooden signs, very light wood, up behind them saying plastics, metals, food waste, that sort of thing. They were there for like less than the first day, I think, and then you come out and there was just a bank of 6 bins, and I was opening them to try and see what it was, but by then it was mixed.
I did the same.
I don't know where to put them anymore, so I would still put it in the bin, which is a fucking good step.
That's the start.
I thought the campsites were a lot cleaner.
Yep.
I thought the arena was mostly a lot cleaner. There were points where I thought, like, fucking hell. And I think this was like the point where it fell apart. Yeah. Was because of us again, us stupid humans. I think. Mm-hmm. And that is when they no longer had enough recyclable cups behind the tent. So now they were having to give, and they probably didn't have the time to keep filling your ones.
Yep.
So now they were giving you the plastic ones, and then you were just walking away with your recyclable one and the plastic one, right? So what people then started doing, I think it was on the Sunday I noticed it the most around the main arena, was then they would pour it into their proper cup, and then the plastic one was going on the floor.
Right.
Now all the while those plastic ones weren't being used, I didn't see them around anywhere.
Right.
You know, the floor wasn't clean, but it was cleanish.
Yeah.
It was in a good place. And then on the Sunday, you're going up there, you're giving them your cup and saying, "Can I have a pint of whatever?" And they weren't filling your cup. They were coming back with a pre-filled plastic cup saying, "There you go."
Yeah.
Now, I saw a lot of stuff, people giving them grief about not having enough, but that's wrong, right? Because there is a limited amount. You don't just buy 50,000 of them and keep giving them out, man. You don't. The point is that you get your cup and you go and go. I know that we did this, and I'm sure 1,000 other people did as well. There were plenty of times when I went up there and I forgot my cup.
Yep.
So I bought another one.
That's what I did, yep.
I think I came home with 9.
I think we came on with quite a few too.
Whereas the point between me and my wife, who are the only 2 out of our household that went, is that we're going to come back with 2.
Yeah.
And then there's 7 for other people.
Yes.
And that's on us.
That's on us.
And it's on everyone else that did it as well. And the amount of times I went up there thinking, "Oh, I forgot my fucking cup," or "I've left it in the tent," or "My missus has got it."
Yeah.
So I bought another one, I bought another one, I bought another one.
Yeah.
And guess what? They ran out.
Shocking, right?
So yeah, I think that was on us. I did see 1 or 2 occasions, but these aren't like thousands of people. We were in the New Blood tent. I don't know who it was. I know we were sitting down, we was chilling, we was watching a band, and then 2 people that had been sitting almost dead on, they got up and left half-eaten plates of food on the floor and just walked out and left them there. And I just thought, that is the epitome of what people are trying to change.
Yes.
And
that you think it's okay to do that.
Go you, yeah. You're eating your food. You're walking out, man, and there's a bank of bins outside, so you could literally, as you walk out, pop it in the bin.
Yeah.
But you just left it on the floor for some dude to come and pick up for you.
Yeah.
So there are still people that need to really sort their lives out.
It was a good...
Scumbags, really, to be honest with you. I find them despicable.
I think if you can just literally get up and treat it like that, it says a lot about you as a person. I really think it.
Absolutely.
You're
a filthy fucker.
Basically, yeah, and I do think there were teething.
Harsh,
there were teething problems this year, but I think considering the challenge that was given, I think it went better than I could expect. I wasn't happy to see these banks of plastic cups being used to pour into our pint glasses behind it. I think that could be done because the whole thing is about speed.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, why couldn't there be jugs? And then the jug gets poured into one beer and stuff like that. The
problem is that nobody would be happy with that, because how long has your jug sat there for?
It's
no, but you know what I mean? There'll always be a complaint about it. People want, when you're getting an ale out of a cask, people want it to be a freshly poured pint.
When it comes to the ales, fair enough. But if you were asking for an IPA or something, the tap stuff, that's you kind of know, because they're already lined up these fucking glasses anyway, so they're already sitting there. To me, it makes no difference. And now if I'm going up there, my number 1 drink of the weekend, which I'm so pleased to see there, because I really struggled with booze this year, finding one I loved, was Hobgoblin IPA. Right. So that was my major drink that I drunk, and I knew I wasn't getting a freshly poured, each time. You live with it. It's a festival, Yeah.
No, I think, look, it's the first year of this proper drive. I think it went really well. I think most people that were there did a great job.
Yeah.
I think Bloodstock did a great job. They provided facilities. They need to provide more.
Of course.
There weren't enough. The bins need to be emptied a bit more regularly because they were quite full.
That as well, yeah.
Things like in the VIP area, we bag up all our rubbish and all that, but you could do with more places to dump it.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a wealth of places where we can take all our rubbish.
Yeah.
You kind of walk around. We did quite well. I'm quite proud of what we did. We had multiple carry bags on the go. We had a plastics one, we had a cardboard one, we had a general waste one, a food waste one. And then when we wanted to go, we could go and pour that into the right recycling.
Yeah, that's what.
If we could figure out which one it was.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah.
But generally, if you were just collecting up your rubbish or anything like that, which is still a good step, and then you went up to the bins, I would imagine a lot of people would then just chucking whatever was in the bin in your bag into the bin.
Yeah.
So I think there's still more that could be done. Most of it's got to come to the people, though, man. It can't be a Bloodstock. It's a Bloodstock initiative, but it's meant to be it's a human initiative.
It requires us to do it. Otherwise, it's never going to work.
And there was obviously some problems with it, because although Bloodstock have put up some very good pictures, which are great, they look fantastic, and
they do.
I'm not going to diss them. I know some people have said, "Oh, I bet if you turn the camera to the right, it looks different." Who cares, right? Even if they do turn the camera to the right, it looks different. That's still a huge patch of grass.
It's a damn good thing.
Clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. and that wasn't like that before. And then you see other festivals like Boomtown and all that
Yeah,
sort
the
of
comparison
stuff.
stuff. Fucking hell.
That filth. I love what Bloodstock were doing with anyone who did hand in a tent, and it was going to homeless people essentially. Fantastic. Not going for recycling, being recycled, being upcycled.
Yes.
Yeah, which is a fucking great thing. But apparently it was only 4 out of 5 camps on every picture. That's what they kept referring to, or 3 of the 4 camps. Whatever amount of camps there are, there was one less. They basically Bloodstock kept saying in their post, basically well done to 4 out of the 5 camps.
Right.
So one of the camps, I'm going to guess.
I'm going to take a wild get.
Yeah.
Come on, you
didn't
guys.
Give a fuck. I read some things about. Well, actually, what they were doing was emptying the bins out onto the floor.
Oh, so they could do their little little games.
At some point, then what security started doing was taking the bins out of there.
Okay.
So then they had nowhere to throw their rubbish, which is their excuse to just chuck it on the floor. So you read stuff like that. I don't know it was Mika, but I'm assuming it was. And you just think like, okay, fine, you're all so naughty.
Well, it's just because it's got the rep as the party camp, don't mean you got to be dicks about it.
The thing is now, like, even if people don't want to binge out, people are like, oh, we go there. You come into Bloodstock to do that.
Yeah.
Which is just like weird, man.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's a massive step in the right direction, and hopefully everybody can do a little bit more next year and go even further.
Well, we're just building it, don't we?
Yeah.
Right, stages. We're going to get to bands soon. If you've been waiting this long or you skipped to it, we're almost there. But first things first, 4 stages. Sound overall, even with that wind.
Yeah, fantastic. Man.
Yeah, one of the best ones.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
New Blood stage sound.
Oh, it's banging
awesome.
This year.
Yeah, probably the best I've heard it.
Sophie
tent is always good anyway.
Yeah.
So Jaeger tent, Jaeger stage, again, unmissable when you walk past it.
Yeah.
And the main stage, even with the wind. Yeah, you never complain about it. It's genuinely spot on.
Yeah.
So well done.
Again, another massive thumbs up of Bloodstock. I was expecting so much negativity. We are just.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some.
We'll get some bands. I read some of your some of his comments when I get some of his comments, and I was like, "That's bang out of order." That, but we'll get to that.
I can't remember my comments. Shit.
Right. We're going to start with Thursday. The bands we saw on Thursday, we're going to go through them, talk a little bit. The usual, whether we liked them or not. So basically, if you don't want to read the 4,000 word fucking review that's on the site, you get to hear us talk about it instead. We're going to start with the very first band of the day on Thursday, Barbarian Hermit, Sophie Lancaster stage. Yeah. First band we saw.
First band everyone who was there saw.
Yeah.
They were great.
I love them, and
I love them.
I think they.
We love them.
I think they really stepped up and proved that they deserve that slot.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I know we say it every time though. Shit beer.
Yes.
I'm going to point that out for the rest of their career. Shit beer, great band.
Yep.
Probably, and I think this is what I did write in my comment, and I do mean this. It's being the first band on. This is probably the only point in the whole day where I don't feel like I've had too much doom.
Yes.
Too
yeah.
much sludge.
There's a big problem for you.
First one. But yeah, no, they were great, man. They were a great festival opener. It suits them down to the ground. Actually, their style of music, their heaviness. And then being the first band on, and in a tent.
Yep.
I don't think bands like that, like Barbarian Hermit, maybe going up to the main stage. I'm not saying they wouldn't be able to do it, but I don't think it would have the same impact it does in the tent.
No, I agree with you that there are many higher places they can get on the Sophie stage before even considering that. We didn't see Blind River,
no,
but we did see Footprints in the Custard, who were. We said we thought they'd get one of the biggest crowds of the Sophie stage. They did.
The one thing that we were kind of wrong about,
and
I think I've heard you mention it as well in the which you can check out on YouTube, the reaction video to their song My Little
Right,
Pony, which is that we called them a comedy band a fair few times, and I think you've commented a couple of times saying they probably wouldn't like that.
Right.
I think I now am absolutely 100% certain they are a comedy band.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like they do comical lyrics and they're a serious band.
Yeah.
They may take themselves seriously in terms of what they want out of their career, but they're about as jokey a band as you can possibly get, with silly outfits and stripping the guy off on stage and all that sort of stuff. I enjoyed them to a point.
Yep.
And then I found my attention drifting more and more and more as I was watching them.
Yeah.
Musically, I thought at the beginning I was like, oh, this is actually really cool. But then as it goes on, you start, you start thinking about, oh, might go easy cheesy in a minute. No, so you start drifting a little bit, don't you? So it's what it is, man. I mean, it's the style of music, isn't it? It is what it is. People enjoy it. I can see why they're popular, but I guess people enjoy it sometimes. We're sometimes we take metal much too seriously.
Sometimes,
I think, and we know we do.
Yeah.
And I can look at Footprints in the Custard and I can appreciate them musically. but the joke wears thin.
Yeah.
Whereas other people can just be like, nah, fuck it, and enjoy the joke all the way through. And I honestly, I'm jealous of them sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, maybe it's the curse of being reviewers or whatever it is that we're always reviewing.
I think that's a brilliant way to put it. Amazing. Because you are right. What you're saying about the joke wearing thin is my issue is similar to yours if it was encrusted. I enjoyed it. But when I started to think about like the latter half of it, I was like, I don't really remember much. And I was like, what do I really remember? And I'm like, Mankinis, some good metal, like good metal music, and all I kept thinking was focusing on the stage show. And like you, I'm like, I don't find that shit funny. No. I don't go,
it's okay
he's in a Mankini.
It's okay for a little bit, and you're like, oh, here's a song about Trump, or here's a song, and you're like, oh, this is kind of funny for a little bit, and oh look, 7 people in the crowd are waving an inflatable penis. But 10 minutes in, the instant reaction to that is no done. Yeah. And now you're just like listening to the music, and you're like, okay, the music's fine. And then they stop because they want to strip the guy on stage. Oh, it's the bit you've all been waiting for. Not the bit I've been waiting for. Yeah. To be honest with you at all. And you know, and then it's like, and then they do another song, and then it's like, let's have a little bit of a joke about some stuff, and it's like, oh.
Do you think it was more they kind of just like playing to their fan base rather than playing to a new crowd? That's what they did.
Maybe. I think that's just what the band are. Yeah. Fair enough. That's what they are. You know, I saw a pre-gig picture that they put up, which is one of them on a Portaloo, and the rest of them all surrounding it. Oh, I missed that. So this isn't them. They aren't. When we say, that we call them a joke band, and we go, they probably wouldn't like that. I think they do. Right. I think that's exactly what they aim for.
Fair enough.
You know.
Cool. Then we had 10 Ton Slug, Soviet Lancaster stage. Now I know you were this was what again dealing with the sort of problem that you had where it's a bit too much sludge.
Yeah, I didn't get an awful lot of these though either, did I? Because I was off meeting Rotten Christ.
That's right.
Hanging out with my friends.
Of course, that's what you were doing. That's when you were doing it.
Yeah, I caught the end of this set.
Yep.
And I think they're a very strong band. Yep. I really do. But sometimes when I listen to bands, and I know this sucks, man, but when I listen to bands like Barbarian Hermit, 10 Ton Slug, and the fucking plethora of doom that's on the New Blood stage, and on the main stage with a little bit of it as well, it starts to blur. As in, you could say to me like, "Oh, that song," and I start wondering which one of those bands did that song. Yeah. Which is weird because I know they've all got their own unique sound and their own unique edge to it, but it does eventually all start blurring in my mind.
Particularly in a live environment where, you know, that deep booming bass and stuff like that, you start struggling. I do get that. I remember loving 10 Ton Slug. I really did enjoy it.
You wanted the shirt, didn't you?
So I wanted the shirt, and it's one of my favourite of our interviews. Because that was as well. That was a non-planned interview. Yeah. He came to us, so that was fucking brilliant, you know. And it was one of our only one-on-one interviews as well, so that was kind of cool too.
Yeah, there weren't many of them.
But I was really happy with 10 Ton Slug. But ultimately, we were excited about one particular band on Thursday, and it was
Rotten Christ.
Yes. And no, I'm joking. It was fucking great, wasn't it?
I mean, in the build up to Bloodstock, that was my one that I wanted to see. Yeah. That was my number one band, and I've never seen them before. Yep. I know you've seen snippets before, but like, you didn't see a whole set. It amazes me how they capture their album sound live. Their vocals on an album sound like, you can't sing like that. It must be fucked with. Yeah. But they are note perfect. Yeah. All of them singing, all of them doing the harmonic.
Like say Enigma, for example, as well.
Yeah. They're an impressive band in every aspect. Musically, visually, stage presence is unreal. Like, you know, they're like 4 fucking giants up there. We don't often pit at gigs. We do often pit at gigs. We don't often pit at festivals. It's, you know, but I found myself, like, I couldn't help myself. I was like, I've got to go in there. Yeah. And the pit was vicious, man.
Was it?
Like, it was not that horrible vicious. It was nice vicious, but it was a fucking fierce pit, man.
Okay.
You know, it was like being, we were getting pounded. People were going down. Crowd stuff was going over your head. It was a full on like indoor venue gig. Yeah. And it was just like, it was a great experience, man. I fucking loved it.
One of the best of the weekends.
Cannot wait to see them again.
Yeah. I have a theory on this.
Ooh.
I have a theory. So. This is not actually Bloodstock related, just let me go off a tangent here. So shortly, in fact, I think 2 days after, Incineration Fest suddenly popped up with a couple of symbols relating to the fact that it's 2020, so they're basically, which says to me you're ready to announce. And I looked at, I was like, so you've waited then because you didn't want to do it beforehand, you waited to Bloodstock, so presumably there's a band playing at Bloodstock that's going to be one of your headliners. Yeah. Then I thought about who, and I was like, Rotten Christ has got
Parkway Drive.
Parkway Drive. Yeah, I think I'm going to go on a limb now and say I reckon one of Incineration Fest's 2020 headliners, or its headliner, is Rotten Christ, which is brilliant.
It's just to clarify, this is not a spoiler. We do not know this for a fact. This is a prediction.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be smart ass
Before
about
people
it.
start social media and that shit going, announce for Incineration
Oh
Fest.
god, yeah. No.
If they do get them as a that's a great capture. If they fucking do. And obviously we'll be there anyway.
Yeah, Electric Born, we absolutely.
And that would be enough to sell the whole ticket price.
It would be, yeah, because it was like 50 quid.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know you're going to get some other bands, and if you said to me you're going to get Right in Christ and a couple of other bands for 50 quid,
exactly,
around the corner from where you fucking live.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope they do. That'd be fantastic, man.
And in probably the best segue you
fucking. Sorry, I'm going to ruin your segue. Do your segue.
Right, in the best segue ever, talking about Incineration Fest, the next band, the first band of Friday morning, was a band we fell in love with because of Incineration Fest. Insight, the opening band of Ronnie James Dio. We actually were like, we didn't think we'd get to see these guys live.
No.
The interviews wrapped up quicker.
Yeah, we managed to catch. We didn't get the whole set, but we managed to catch enough of it.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah. Good portion of that.
Yeah.
And it was exactly as good as I remembered Incineration Fest.
Yeah.
I thought they sounded great. You know, even their sound, which can be, it's not hardcore, but it's got like a kind of deathcore kind of groove to it.
Yeah, you've got breakdowns and everything.
Might lose it a little bit in the winds and everything like that, but it sounded fantastic. Everything about this band I loved at Incineration Fest was on show. The energy, the enthusiasm, the smiles.
I just can't stop watching Richie, man. Yeah. He boy moves around like madness.
I genuinely think their guitarist is maybe the most talented guitarist in the world. I watched that guy play, the one who he looks a bit more like he's I see him walking around the VIP area in a dressing gown.
That's it, right? Is the one I'm thinking of. Then
he had a huge guitar strap. It looked like a cat tail.
That's it, yeah.
But when that screen went on him playing guitar, I remember I was talking to a few people that were standing beside us. And people were just mesmerised.
Fingering,
that guy is fucking talented, man. But yeah, they're a great band, man. I hope everybody jumps on board this band and like just gets them further and further up bills.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, I agree. Control the Storm, I didn't see any of.
I caught the end of the I caught the end of the second last song and the last song.
Yeah.
And I walked into that tent and was almost instantly singed by fire. Well done to them for really choosing to say, you know what, let's just fucking make sure that when people walk out of that tent, we're the name on everyone's lips.
Yeah.
Man. And they were. We heard so much positive stuff about Control the Storm around that festival. Every person that was with us who didn't know anything about that band, and some of them don't know anything about metal, really, came out of there like, wow, they were fucking amazing. Musically, not just for visuals, because the visuals were great, musically as well.
This is our 2019's Mortis Head. The 2018 one we missed.
Yeah, so, brilliant. Well done, man.
Then we get to the main stage again, and a band that surprised both of us, Death Angel. In my written, I basically said I went along as a bucket list thing. Never seen Death Angel, want to see them, great, expecting, perfectly fine.
I think that was the same for me. I was like, could be a bit of old school death thrash. Going to be fine. Probably not going to watch the whole thing. I like mesmerised for the whole fucking set.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is fucking brilliant.
It was great.
Damn. Yeah. So never like pigeonhole these people, innit? Because that's what I was basically doing. I was like, yeah, it's Death Angel. It's just going to be another one of those. It's going to be another Venom or whatever, like that sort of thing. Seen it all before, but it'll be good.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden, like one of my bands of the weekend.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
100% agree. We got a bit of Tomorrow's Lost in a New Blood stage.
Yeah.
Fucking energy in that band.
I remember saying in the build up to this, like these are one of the bands there's a lot of hype about that I was reading about online, and a lot of people were saying that because of their music is accessible outside of metal.
Okay,
it's got enough heaviness and breakdowns and riffs and stuff like that to be metal.
Yeah.
But it also delves into the hard rock kind of arena. A lot of people are like, this is a band that will go on to maybe the Reading and Leeds sort of festivals. And kind of build that way, and they have a big future. And I think I could see that. I think the front woman, I don't know her name, the energy that she had was like, she was cracking. She had a great voice and bouncing around the stage and enthusiastic to watch. My missus is a massive fan of her, and also loved the fact that she looked like she'd just fallen out of the 90s.
Okay.
Kind of looked like the sort of tracky, I think she had like sweatbands and all that sort of stuff,
Like she was up for
like Wakefield.
Yeah.
Just stop a minute this Saturday night.
Oh, very good. Hope Burden. Now, I didn't catch any of this, you didn't. However, my son went along and caught a bit of it for me. So his words are basically, he loved it. It's one of my biggest regrets, unfortunately, interview commitments. What was worse as well was...
What? His son?
No, what?
One of your biggest regrets?
Yeah, biggest regrets not seeing it, because I'm a huge fan of him. I bigged him up massively before thing, but interview commitments were, and then I had to take a piss, and I think it's the vocalist or maybe the guitarist was pissing it, so he was like, oh, what do you think of the set? And I was like, I didn't see it, man. He's like, oh, It's like, oh, you know.
You're never tempted in those moments to go, yeah, it was awesome.
Oh God, man, I imagine. And he's like, oh, what did you like most about it? Did you like that bit where I fell off the stage?
Just the song.
Yeah,
that song was good.
But yeah, Dan took a video for me, so I watched the video back. Looked like they did really, really well. Really pleased for them.
Yeah, you're a big fan of the band, and I haven't checked them out properly. Yeah, I'll have to because
it just sits so well with me. Yeah. Soulfly, we caught a bit of Soulfly. Yeah. I was more critical of this in the written review than you were.
I thought they sounded good, actually. I quite enjoyed what I saw of them. I thought Max sounded good.
Yeah, okay.
It sounded better than actually the last time I saw him.
Really?
Which was at the Roots of
at Forum, yeah.
His voice kept going out. I thought he sounded really good. I thought there were some really nice little touches there, the little presentation to him at the end. There were some things I didn't bother to write in a review because it didn't really matter, but the things that surprised me, like how little time he had the guitar on.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah,
you never really seen Max not have a guitar on, but he did quite a lot of standing at the front singing without the guitar.
True.
I don't know if he maybe it hurt his hand or maybe he was just
or something.
Something else had been going on. I mean, it makes sense, right? That he might have hurt his hand. He's not playing the guitar and he's not doing signings.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like maybe broke a finger or something. Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't that I thought it was bad.
Slapping his stepson around.
It wasn't that I thought it was bad. It's not that at all. It genuinely to me was. It's problem with Soulfly is it's just I've seen too much of the Max bands over the last 10 years that to me...
I mean, I was trying to judge it on the kind of festival atmosphere and I thought like, he was working it well. He did a lot of the kind of, like South American instrument sort of stuff. When I came out, I didn't even know what he was playing.
That weird thing,
someone we were with called it a didgeridoo, but it's definitely not
didgeridoo. It's that weird string thing. I don't know what you want about.
Getting everyone down for the start, jump the fuck up. And all I kept thinking was, who's going to do Corey's bits? But instead he jumped up and went into eye for an eye.
Yeah.
And I was like, good touch. So I thought he did well.
That's fair enough. Caught a bit of Eyes of the Raven on the Jaeger stage. We didn't catch loads of the Jaeger stage, but we did pass by Eyes of the Raven, watch a bit of that. Kind of groovy stoner rock. They look like the crowd was huge. In fact, I should say now, every time we did go to the Jaeger stage, the crowd was fucking huge. I think that stage is getting more popular, or just the quality of the bands that were on there this year.
Yeah, just dragging people in.
Yeah. Then it was Children of Bodom on Ronnie James Dio's stage, and for me it was an off day. Part of it was wind. Certain things were lost. I enjoyed Bodom. I enjoyed hearing like a lot of certain songs. Yeah. Because very, very festively set it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Even with the new stuff.
Yeah, I think even in the review I say similar things. I thought they were fine, but that was it. There was nothing that really stood out. It was like, that was okay. I enjoyed hearing like Undergrass and Clover. Particularly because of the new album, but it didn't stick in the mind long. In fact, until you mentioned it there, and I've forgotten. We were talking about Bloodstock here, and it's like all the bands that played and all that, and Bodom went jumping back into my mind. So
that says a lot, I think, particularly when you look at some of the ones coming down.
Yeah.
So John Bodom, I quickly run off to the New Bud stage to watch a song of Ma. Noisy Fuckers did really, really well. I remember walking in going, fuck, that's loud. Yeah. And that was basically, so I watched a song of them, they did great. My wife saw Widows. She said they were fantastic.
Yeah.
Then you see Widows?
No, I wanted to. I really wanted to. Actually. Well, I mean, there's a lot of bands who wanted to. Don't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. Tesseract, main staging it. One of the odd ones out. Fuck, they were good. I'm so glad they were. Yeah, they were good.
Oh my god, I hated it.
Really?
I didn't enjoy it. I didn't stay, did I? I couldn't remember where I went. I went to see someone else, and that's what I was saying to you in the review. Is I can't remember who I went to see. And I was trying to look at the times and everything like that, thinking, which one of these bands did I go and see?
Oh.
I watched the first track or two, and I came back at the end again, but I didn't stay.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I thought musically I was enjoying it. There's a couple of songs at the beginning I was quite enjoying, and then he started crooning, and he lost, and I started checking out.
Yeah.
I found myself mentally checking out, not purposely. I would never ever purposely thrash a band. You know, I just remember standing there watching it, and the enjoyment was going, and I was like, and I can't remember, maybe I went to a shop or went to get food or something.
Yeah, maybe you did that. Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
Wait, I think you did. Isn't that when you came up with cheesy chips? I'm sure it was actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I unfortunately for me, and I would love to. And it's the thing, I get no enjoyment of not enjoying a band.
Of course.
There's another show that I'm not going to be able to go to or something like that because I don't like the band. But I didn't come out of there thinking any different about Tesseract than I went in there, unfortunately.
It's so rare when you see a band that divides us quite so severely in this one.
There's a couple, there aren't many, but Tesseract is definitely one of them.
Definitely one of them. Then we got what I would say was the most surprising show of the weekend. I did not expect. I did not expect to like it. I didn't care about this because it was power metal followed by power metal.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I've always
fucking hell.
always said like with Powerwolf, like I think they're alright on record.
Yeah.
And I still do. I never had a problem with them, but I just never really bought into it like I do with a lot of the power metal bands.
Yeah.
I love power metal. Fucking huge fan of it. Orden Hogan, all that sort of stuff, man. I'll get right on it, and that at a festival is brilliant for me.
Yeah.
Powerwolf on a record never really captured my imagination that way. Turns out, as a live band,
Jesus.
I just won't listen to their CDs anymore. I just gonna go and watch them at every show they do because they were fucking brilliant.
Phenomenal.
Man. That guy, the front man for Powerwolf, whatever his name is, he works a crowd like magic.
Palm of your hand shit, you know?
Yeah. Every song had crowd interaction. He was funny. You know, not cheesy. He was actually genuinely funny.
Yep.
The band themselves were fantastic. Everything he did, he had the I think he was a keyboardist member who was like miming beside him.
Oh yeah, the guy was off the charts.
Like, what is this dude doing? Fucking go away. Oh yeah, Powerwolf, brilliant man, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Soulless and kind of thing where it's like if they played live, I'm like, yeah, I want to check that out.
Yeah, definitely want to go and see that now.
Yeah.
If they don't come out in costumes and they just like, were normal, I'd be very disappointed.
Very disappointed. Amazing show. Show. Then we went over to the Sophie Lancaster stage to watch a bit of Raging Speedhorn.
Yep.
Speedhorn.
Very Raging Speedhorn, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly what we expect.
They were fine.
Yep.
They were fine. I've never been a massive fan. I've never been a detractor of the band either. They just are what they are.
They are. That I agree.
I didn't come out of there thinking like, oh, fucking hell, that was the best show I've ever seen in my life.
No, same here. To me, it was exactly
thinking, oh god, that sucked. I just come out going, okay,
yeah,
cool. Move on.
Basically the same. Yeah, let's move on to the headliner of Sabaton on the Ronnie James Dio stage. Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were very, very good. First time I've seen them live, so I have no comparison to hold them against.
Yep.
Whereas I think a lot of people were able to say like, oh, what about it compared to 2016?
Right. Yeah.
I thought the show was great. I thought they were funny, energetic, enthusiastic. Very much enjoyed the cries for Swedish pagans, Vikings, whatever it is. I don't know the name of the song, which got the whole band involved. And they kept saying no, and then the guitarist started playing the intro, and then they had a bit of a joke, and one of the band members stuck something on his head. Yeah, and it was like they were genuinely
having fun,
enjoyable to watch. I was really, really pleased to get certain songs.
Of course,
like Bismarck in particular made my day.
Yeah.
I probably would have, I know this is the ideal scenario, would have tweaked the set list a bit more towards my taste. There were some songs I would have loved to hear over some songs that got played, especially when they went back to older stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's all personal taste, and I really wanted to hear Sparta.
Okay, right,
But I don't think that's really one they play live an awful lot. But I thought that was cool.
Taste,
that's what it is. But I thought they were great. Show was fine. It's a weird thing with Sabaton because they are big on the showpiece, but the biggest problem for them is that they weren't the biggest show.
I was about to say this. Do you reckon a part of the problem when you're reflecting it now is that when you think of the headliners, you think, unfortunately, they might have been blown off the stage?
From a showcase perspective, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Which is probably a weird feeling for them. Not to say there's anything wrong with their show, right? There are some things I want to point out, right? Their stage setup is fucking cool.
Yep.
The gravestones, all that sort of stuff. I'm not so enamoured by the tank. I think it's cool there's a tank there. It shoots once at the end of a show.
Yeah.
It's cool and all that. But, actually, it's the rest of the stuff I like. I think their backdrop was phenomenal.
Was brilliant, yeah.
With the different scenes being played out and everything.
Which also showed, was reflective enough that you got the band members as well,
and
which
the crowd
was cool.
sometimes and everything like that. It was something, it was doing... It wasn't just playing video footage. It was also doing live camera stuff as well. Yeah. And a lot of effort goes into that. Like, you know what I mean? It's not... Let me all talk about the fucking tank. Look around the tank. There were some things I wasn't disappointed about, excuse me, but purely because I'd watched videos and I'd seen Hellfest and everything like that, and I think I heard other people mention as well, but like they didn't have the choir, with them, which they did at all their other headline shows where they have the people in World War One costumes.
Oh right,
10 or 12 of them sort of singing and doing back.
Yeah, we didn't get.
Minor thing, but it's only because I'd seen it in the video, so I went there expecting it, and then when it didn't happen, you think, oh, well, how come we didn't get it?
Yeah, well, headline slot as well, Yeah.
But I guess it's expensive to cart 10 people around with you all around the world.
I guess so, yeah. Alright, then we did go check out Grand Magus in the Sophie Lancaster stage. We got very reviews on this, I know. I loved it, but I didn't watch loads of it because, to be honest, following Sabaton was always going to be an issue. Grand Magus are quite different.
Yeah.
I really do like Grand Magus, love them on a record. So for me, it's more, I put down to like my sort of like, I think like a 7 out of 10 kind of thing, down to me, not them,
Yeah. I'm not sold on them still.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with them. This isn't a dislike. I don't get the fuss with Grand Magus.
Magus, yes.
Which, if anyone's correcting me on that, it's only because in the official booklets they had it spelled out.
Yeah.
Then they spelled it out Mayjuss, so that people can, and then people can finally say our name right. But yeah, so yeah, it's a weird one for me, man. I get, like, you know, when you watch a band and you're like, I like the guitar and the vocals are good, I like all of that's going on. It's just not really happening for them, man. So yeah, good luck to them, but I'm not really on board.
That's our Friday done. I think we had an early night on Friday as well.
Friday night we had. Was it Friday night?
No, it was Friday night. We said no. Saturday night we stayed up later and cigars and all that.
Yeah. Not early. I mean, we weren't in bed at 10.
No, yeah. It was still
Yeah, but it went like at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
It was like midnight or something like that, 11:30.
Yeah. Right, that brings us to Saturday then. First couple of bands didn't really get to see much, but other members of the family and stuff did. Yep. So Crystala, I said to
you heard it a second time, man.
Crystala. Mrs. When I saw, apparently they were fantastic. Great interview with them over on the YouTube channel as well.
Yeah, they're really cool, aren't they?
Yeah, really enjoyed them.
Their commitment to it and all that. They're very enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Very head screwed on, I think.
Yeah.
You know.
And they have released now, as of now, their next album, Worldwide Negative, and it's fucking brilliant. Yeah. So make sure you check it out, people.
Some huge press, man.
It really is.
Around every corner, really. And probably fair to say the next big thing.
Potentially so, yeah. My boy checked out Cancer Bats. He only went because he toured with While She Sleeps and he was interested. He said they were good. That was about it. Got Monsoon. Yeah,
caught the very end.
Very end.
Their set. Repping the t-shirt, so.
Yeah. Oh, that was also repped by Raging Speedo on stage. Funny story about that. Go watch the YouTube.
Watch the interview. They talk about it. Same as with a lot of the earlier bands, we did send pretty much our underlings, our crew.
Yeah.
Which we'll get slapped for saying because they're friends and wives and stuff like that. All we heard back from the Goat Monsoon one was massive positives. Yeah. Massive positives. My missus, who can be pedantic about her metal, enjoyed it enough that it was one of the rare times she pulled out her phone and actually filmed pretty much a whole song. She was like, wow, really enjoyed it. So it sounds like they made a big impression, which we're really happy with. Obviously got a bit of a connection there.
I don't know. We feel more personally involved with Goat Monsoon.
You just kind of want them to succeed.
Yes.
And succeed they did.
Yes.
So well done.
Mrs. So Swallow the Sun, she said, totally different kind of sound for the main stage.
I remember everyone trying to get me to go and watch Swallow the Sun with them. And I was like, but I'm happy. I don't want to go and be depressed.
I wasn't massively fussed about missing them because I actually saw them play the Underworld earlier in the year. And to me, that suits them more than, say, a main stage does. I love that. But apparently it went really well. But me and my boy went up to see Lotus Eater. We'd done a reaction video to him and he was like, let's go see it. And it turns out this is one of Dan's favourite bands of the weekend.
Oh, cool.
Bit hardcore, bit like that. The Pit was, I wrote in a review, and I'll say it here.
Right.
Seriously, boys, if you want to have a little Pit, fine. But I swear, when I looked over and I saw windmilling and legs kicking and stuff like that.
I left these out of my review on purpose, right? Because I couldn't remember the name of the band that we were watching.
Right.
And I was looking through all of the bands on the Bloodstocks, the lineup.
Yeah.
And I was clicking on them to try and pick out the pictures of them, and I could not figure out who they were. I thought these guys fucking weren't great. I was about to be overly horrible, which is unfair. It's not that. It's not my cup of tea. That's the problem with it. Other people were loving it, but again, the Pit stuff, elbow punch in the air, fucking oh my god.
Yep.
I honestly, out of everything I see at Bloodstock, I wish to God this sort of music would fuck off.
Yeah.
And I know it's not the band's fault. They're playing what they enjoy doing, but I've got to the point with this fucking kung fu kicking mosh pits now where I'm happy for the bands to just fuck off now and take the fans with them.
Yeah.
You know, so they're probably lovely people, everything like that. Musically, I don't quite like it. And the fans that you seem to gather around yourselves, not just them, but these hardcore fucking bands, suck and ruin fucking sets for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I hate seeing that. I really liked it. My son loved it. And talking about the band as well, they were lovely to him when he wanted to meet them. They were sort of sitting in a circle, so not really approachable. But I was like, come on, let's go over there.
It's genuinely not a personal thing. I have nothing against the bands or the people. I even like some, you know, hardcore, metalcore crossover music. I just got to the point now where I'm so frustrated with the stupid dickhead fans of it who have to do that shit. I don't understand it. It just doesn't compute.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? When I spend a lot of time analysing, trying to think like, at what point in the music would I feel that was the necessary move to do next? We get lost in the music.
Yeah.
You find yourself throwing yourself in the pit and doing all sorts of stupid things.
Yeah.
But never to the point where I feel like I'm going to just try and do a cartwheel.
Yeah,
You know?
I 100% agree.
See if I can kick the drink out of that lady's hand. Well, that kid, they were doing it and a little fucking kid went running in there.
Yeah.
Nearly got taken out and the parent had to quickly grab the kids, drag them back. At what point does the pit become so dangerous because of the fans that, you know, this family-run friendly festival, you have to be careful of your children because there's a hardcore band playing.
I just don't get why it's like, it's the hardcore thing. You don't do that in any other fucking pit. Just don't get it. It really is a fucking head scratcher. Scars of Remembrance, New Blood.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, little foggy in my remembrance of it.
Yeah.
I think I've got some scars of remembrance.
Yeah.
Woo.
There you go.
But I do remember enjoying it. I don't remember like specific songs or anything like that because I didn't know an awful lot about the band beforehand, musically.
Yeah.
But I do remember enjoying it. The thing is that it's really easy to do this, because I don't think there was a single band on the New Blood stage that I saw this weekend that I didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree, actually.
You know, I really don't. I don't think there's anyone I can think in my head where I go, that one wasn't for
No,
me.
100%.
I thought the New Blood stage was probably the strongest I've seen it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, actually definitely the strongest I've seen it. And Scars of Remembrance were part of that.
Yeah, yeah. It was Scarecrow. We were mostly interviewing throughout. We kind of walked across the field and caught the end of it.
Yeah.
But everyone that we had there were watching it.
A few people who we had who had never seen anything like it before.
Yep.
And again, just like everyone who sees Evil Scarecrow does, came out with like, these guys are fucking amazing.
Yep.
How much fun can you have at a show?
Yeah.
You know. And yeah, shame we missed it.
Yeah, it is a shame.
Absolutely delighted for them.
Yeah.
That they had such a crowd, man. Because I think sometimes when you're in it, you don't realise it. But Bloodstock have put up a aerial shot of the scuttling.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
And then you can see the crowd.
Yeah, then you really
like,
understand it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You may have had the crowd of the weekend.
Yeah, well done, Scarecrow. They continued to grow and grow and grow. And, got to plug it again, go watch that interview because, fucking hell, you can call me unprofessional for how much I laughed during it. But to be fair, they were trying their hardest to make me laugh.
You're going to get some great things in the interview. You're going to get the official debut of a new song. Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
As they move towards a cappella rap.
Yeah.
Which is obviously a joke. You'll also see them attempt to strip Carl.
Take my fucking trousers off.
And if you like a cock analogy...
Oh God! It's when I asked
I
asked a serious. I was like, right, enough. He was like, enough of the cock analogy, and I was like, right, serious question. And he's like,
so
like a
cock.
cock.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely. But also, you know, away from the jokey thing, because when they do in the interview when they go and drop back and go serious.
Yeah, Dr. Hell. He's such a well spoken.
He's very
gentleman.
well spoken. He's a gentleman. He very kindly went and took a selfie with my wife at my request afterwards. So thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry that you then got mobbed by a lot of people, but it was so cool to see that he didn't care.
Yeah.
That he then went outside of the press area because there was a person in a wheelchair who wanted the picture.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're a proper head screwed on, down to earth band with amazingly good music.
Yeah.
As well as the fun element.
Yeah. We can't big them up enough, and the more they do what they do, whether it be live or with the latest album, Antarctica.
They're like, you know, everyone has these bands. Like, for us, we have bands like Machine Head now. It's like whenever that you come to London, we're always going to see you play.
Yeah.
And I think Evil Scarecrow are on that level.
Becoming it, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Zilnard, Machine Head, you know, all those bands that we absolutely adore. And you go like, oh, Evil Scarecrow are playing in London. You'd be like, well, got to try and go there.
Yeah, exactly. Something completely different, but also surprisingly good, because I didn't think they'd manage it quite on the main stage. Thy Art As Murder. And I think the biggest takeaway from this for me, other than fuck me, Death Squad Anthem, is our banger live.
Yeah.
That is going to be
the banger on the album. Anyway,
yeah.
And I mean, when we did the reaction video on YouTube, if you want to check it out and see how we felt about it at that point. But we were both like, yeah, this is good. After the first one, I can't remember the name of the first track they released. And it was like, okay, it's very Die Art.
Yeah.
And then, Death Squad Anthem came out and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This is your killer track.
This is your killer track, and they opened with it, yeah.
Yeah, and it's brilliant live.
But one of the things I loved about, well, one of the most memorable things is just going to remember how much fun CJ looked like he was having on stage. I've never seen him look like he was having so much fucking fun.
He was having a laugh.
He was having a good time.
Having a really good time. Again, Michael Jackson clip. Check it out if you get an opportunity. With the winds, he took advantage of the winds.
Yeah.
And yeah,
it's gonna be
funny, man.
It's gonna be part of a Bloodstock highlight reel forever now. Like, you know, like one of those videos. Yeah. It's guaranteed because it was just really cleverly done.
Yeah.
They were great. I really enjoyed them.
They were really great. Yeah,
yeah.
It sounded banging as well. Like you said, the wind and all that. It was really picking up as well. And because this is the weird thing about it. We watched people like Bottom and that playing the wind, and we noticed that their sound was carrying, like being blown instantly away from the speakers.
Yeah.
Thy Art didn't really have that problem.
No.
They had their sound down. So
yeah. I went over to catch a bit of Empire Warning in the New Blood stage. Really, because we did. It was partially as much because we interviewed him already in the morning, as we were taken in by the patter and how they sort of enthusiasm. I thought these guys were fucking great. Like enough where I'm like, I need to know more. I haven't had time yet, but I want to know more. And being a London band, I'm kind of like, okay, that has possibilities.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
I mean, I remember when you came. I didn't go and see him. You came back speaking about them, and like you were waxing lyrical about them.
Yeah, really enjoyed them.
Amazing.
Yeah. Bit of Black Falcon over the Jaeger stage.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Again, same problem. We're watching these always the Jaeger stage from way back.
Yeah.
Just because couldn't even get close.
Yeah, so it's almost like we were listening to it more than watching.
That's it. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Lockhorns, New Blood stage. Fuck.
He's impressed the hell out of me, man.
Right, let me quickly jump in because you won't see it in the video. But this was like I almost felt like I had to make it up to him. Because basically, when I did a Lockhorns interview, I'm going to own up to this to show that, hey, you know, do make a mess of it. I confused Lockhorns with a different band at the start.
You about the Australian.
Yeah, there was Australian, but I was actually thinking of
A-Sect.
No, I can't remember who I was thinking of now. But it was another band we were interviewing. Another sort of hard rock band.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
So I for some reason I bluntly were like, "There's no one Australian, isn't?" I was just like, "All right, guys, let's forget about that."
Editing.
Yeah, and you won't see it because I edited that shit out. And the rest of it was great, really great to talk to, really enthusiastic. In fact, it was awesome to talk to one of the guys afterwards, who basically, if paraphrasing here, but he got into metal through Conjurer and then sort of went heavier that way. And his journey is amazing. We're like, what? You know, when you was here,
Conjurer was quite an intro. Wasn't
yeah,
it?
wow.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like, I used to listen to Guns N' Roses and all that.
Yeah.
It's like, I used to like dance music and then I listened to Conjurer.
Is that where's the gateway band? Jesus Christ, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I love
Lockhorns.
Lockhorns.
There were a lot. Everyone on the New Blood stage was impressive.
Yeah.
With no disrespect to any other bands, Lockhorns, you can see them fucking doing well now.
Yeah.
They're so tight musically, and their vocalist is amazing.
Yeah.
His voice is fucking brilliant. I remember just being mesmerised for the show, like the power and range that he had.
Yeah.
He was shaking the fucking floor.
Yep.
I think they're great. Really impressed.
Yep, definitely keeping an eye on these guys. A bit of Daybreaker, only a little bit over in the Jaeger stage. Again, one of those where it was like, I hadn't planned to check him out, but through their enthusiasm and coming to us for an interview and stuff like that, it kind of made me go check him out.
Yeah.
Same thing with Jaeger, way at the back. This is cool, can't see shit. Oh, was that a head? I think I see a head. Yep, yeah. And a lot of this was as well now because the main stage had effectively shut down. This was, I think this might have been when Cradle were due to play or around about the time.
Waiting for the winds to die, weren't they? And
yeah, so that kind of held things up for a bit. I think we kind of just chilled up for a bit. And then we did actually watch Anthrax on the Ronnie James Dio stage.
Yeah.
It was Anthrax doing what Anthrax do.
Chicken in the head, mate.
Yeah, chicken in the head.
I was waiting for that. Chicken in the head.
Oh, you kept fucking singing that over and over again while we were standing there.
I'm going to say it, and I don't care if people hate me for it. A lot of people keep calling for why Anthrax weren't the headliner. I genuinely do not see how they could be. I think I get that they're good at what they do, but they aren't brilliant for me.
No, I agree.
Find them brilliant. I didn't watch all of Anthrax.
Mm.
I watched about half hour of it, and then I was like, yeah, I'm okay now.
Yep.
I get a part of the problem for me is that I was a massive fan of the Bush era.
Yes.
You know, the We've Come For You All sort of album.
Yep.
That's probably, out of all of Anthrax's stuff, that's the album I like the most, which is also probably the most un-Anthrax album, which is probably why I don't really like Anthrax.
Yeah.
You know, the only time when they diverted to a sound that was a bit fuller and a bit more, different, is the only stuff that I really got on board with.
My issue with it was, and I enjoyed it, but it's exactly what I said in the pre-thing, and it was exactly what it was. I've seen Anthrax loads. I've seen them loads at Bloodstock. I think this might be the 4th time I've seen it at Bloodstock, when that's too many times.
Yeah.
And they came out and they did the Anthrax songs, they did the Bloodstock set, and they're professional as fuck. They came out
loads of energy. I mean, like, considering, you know, I don't want to be rude about them, but Belladonna's not the youngest.
I swear that's just his skin. I swear he's like 20.
Yeah.
You know, look at that hair. I mean, look at that fucking hair.
Men in Black.
You know
they just put a different alien inside the same skin.
It's just. I've not heard anyone saying this should be a headliner, but I swear to fucking God, Anthrax should not be.
And stuff like that, but it's not like it's not like thousands of people calling for it or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're one of the big 4, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're the one.
You would never think of. I know they're the smaller of the big 4, but you would never.
See, I like Testament more.
Else. You'd never imagine somebody else in the big 4 being the guests.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think they're an era band, isn't they? And that's what it is, and they always have a place. But I just don't find an hour of them engaging.
Absolutely, I 100% agree. But then we did go to see what so basically there were 2 top bands for me this weekend, and this was one of them. And both had we been scoring in the interview, we got 10 out of 10. And it's Master's Call. Yeah. They were one of my most anticipated. They were one of the most buzzed about at the thing. The tent was nice and full for them, but not so full that I couldn't get close and really get into it.
Yeah,
I fucking love this. Yeah. God, I love this.
They're amazing.
Yeah, except you choking on like.
Choking on fucking insects.
Yeah.
It smelt like that Seventh Son in Woolwich.
Yeah.
That old little witch shop. Like that. Like, fucking hell, it's all coming off me, like dust and stuff like that. But they're an amazing band.
Yeah.
And we know so much more about them now thanks to the interview. Again, check the interview out if you want to know more.
It's a good one.
I knew them as a new band who had released 3 songs.
Yeah.
They're so much more than that. They've got so much experience and history within metal.
Yeah.
And you see that on the stage, man, with the way they are, the tightness of the way they play. They're absolutely amazing. I hope to God they can sort out a permanent front man.
Yeah.
Because you could have chopping and changing and having to bring in guests and all that sort of stuff. It'll damage you eventually, won't it?
You won't ever really be able to. You need a consistent lineup. Yeah. It's always a thing.
But I mean, they're amazing. Genuinely, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a single, even if I had to try and force it, there's nothing I could say that was negative about it. But they're absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant. Which brings us to the other one that would have been the top band of the weekend, and it's the headliner, Parkway Drive.
Yeah.
Oh man, I swear to fucking God, if you're still sitting there going, well, they shouldn't have headlined, get in the bin with you, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And if you go in, well, I didn't watch them, unless you were actually generally busy doing something else, or if you just were like, I'm not going to watch them because they don't belong here, fuck off.
Yeah,
no, seriously, fuck off.
I don't understand it as well, because I know you like them, right? So I don't want to diss them too much.
But you're more of a fan than I am.
No, sorry, I was going to say, why aren't people up in arms about Tesseract?
Yeah, no, 100% agree,
Why is that okay?
Why is that okay, not Parkway?
Why is hardcore bands and Sophie Tent okay?
Yeah, I agree.
So if it's the true metalers, and I read some things in this stuff, and people that are supporting Parkway, rather than the other way around, but is it what? Is it because they shave? Is it because he wears a shirt?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Is it that?
Is it a clean-cut boy look?
Whatever it is, I think what people just sometimes need to do is just drop back from all of that stuff and just listen. Visually, we know that it's a treat, but it isn't just the visuals. They play some banging heavy metal. That's what they do. It's not all, something to go back to the old stuff, it's a bit more metalcore and all that, but they just play some cracking. There's a song like The Void, man. That isn't a fucking metalcore song. That is just a catchy as fuck, hard, heavy metal tune.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it felt at times, it was quite strange. I went to the bar at one point to grab a quick beer. Because we were enjoying it, man.
Yeah, really enjoying it, yeah.
So I remember they played a couple of their older songs, and I was like, I'm going to run and get a beer. And where we were standing, it felt like there were pockets of space.
Yep,
like
yes,
it wasn't
did.
rammed in.
Oh yeah, we were able to really move around.
But as I went for the beer, what I noticed is doesn't matter how far back I went, everybody was staring.
Right.
Everybody was staring. All the way back to the tent. The people, the bar staff, everyone was at the front of the tent. So there's a lot of people going, oh yeah, but they didn't even draw a crowd in that. They did, trust me, man. They just weren't all packed in. People could not take their eyes off what was happening on that
because visually it was a fucking phenomenal show.
Saw things that I'd never seen, which is like which everyone was blew away by. Kind of the pyro on top of the stage.
Yeah.
The entrance coming in with the torches through the crowd.
That's the second time we've seen Parkway do this entrance, and both times we've been almost in front of it as it happens.
I didn't think they'd do it here as well.
Yeah.
I didn't think they'd be able to at a festival. They figured it out.
Yep.
You know, massive security hold us all back.
Yeah, push them. Yeah.
Not like 100 yards away.
No, it's just one or two people just going step back, and everyone was stepping back.
But the thing, you know, right, aside from the amazing visuals, the banging tunes, the thing that I loved the most about the Parkway show was him and the crowd, talking to the crowd, his crowd interaction, his gratitude, him saying thank you. You know, it's basically down to people like you, like people like us. We get a chance to step up.
Yeah.
And hearing him relay back what we've been saying on videos, saying about, you know, we've got to give these other bands a chance. Hearing him relaying that back, having fun with the crowd, doing the mac and cheese chant, you know, all this sort of stuff. It gave me a warm fuzzy feeling, man. That's what it did. I come off there thinking, yes.
You fit
that, you bastards.
Yeah, it was very important because one of the things when the wind was an issue, you remember you were saying this actually in the night. You start getting scared and worried that people are gonna have justification because of things that go wrong. Well, the show wasn't that good, and you'd be like, but the wind, and they were like, no, the show wasn't that good.
Should never have been there.
Yeah,
should never have been there.
Yeah, exactly, and we feel justified.
Yeah, and it's been nice as well because I have been stalking comments on Facebook. To see that while there are still one or two obstinate people or dickheads, depending on how you want to phrase them, saying, I sat out my tent, you know, you played, wow, go you, a legend.
Wow, you've made such a difference.
There have been so many comments I read on there of people saying, I was never a fan, thought I'd watch the show, I was wrong, they were amazing.
Yep.
You know, and there's been loads of that, and that's been really nice to read that stuff.
Yeah, I'm proud of them.
I don't know any of these people, but I feel like I want to just go on all their comments and go, told you.
Yeah.
Which I didn't, but you know.
We're proud of them, basically,
well done,
and you know, they are a headliner.
They are a headliner, yeah, absolutely.
So I did go see a bit of Talk. I thought I might as well, you know. I didn't watch much of it because I'm actually just not that big of a fan. And it was exactly what I expected. I imagine up closer it might have been more intense.
Yeah.
But well, I'd sort of stood back and I was like, let me check a few songs, and it was black metal.
It was quite strobe heavy, apparently.
Oh, I missed that then.
Yeah. I remember reading some people complaining about.
Oh, really? Complaining about it?
You know, having to leave the tent because you know, it was giving them headaches and stuff.
There you go.
But there you go. I went there, so.
Yeah, we were all. I think we were all pretty drunk by that point, and so we carried on drinking for a bit, smoking a few cigars, and then crashed out.
Bit of music in the VIP tent.
That's
no
right.
Idea what. And then a silent disco. We didn't get involved.
We didn't get involved in that.
No.
Not really my jam. Sunday was probably our quietest day. We had interviews to do, of course, as always. But just overall, Sunday was always our weakest day.
Yeah.
It was made stronger by Cradle being moved from Saturday to Sunday.
Absolutely.
So that gave us something to, almost like a cutting off point for us, where that was kind of like the last major thing we wanted to see.
Yeah.
Right, we didn't see Witch Tripper, but we did send people out, so it was great.
I love saying that.
Yeah, our people out. Same with Bastard. Bastard and New Blood Stage got a show in by my wife, who said they were great.
Yeah.
The first sort of band we did actually see was Soilwork. Disappointed is the word I came away. I just think like my first time. It's not my first time. I saw Soilwork like 10 years ago when they were a lot smaller, but I don't remember that. The current version of Soilwork, I feel like for me to really, basically, I'm gonna give them another chance when they play a venue in London.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be like, right now that's when I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna see an album / EP tour, and that's what I'm gonna be part of. This wasn't a showcase for me.
It's a difficult one, right? Because I thought they sounded great.
Okay.
I thought he sounded great. I thought everything was great. The band are the way that they are, and he plays the front man with attitude. He doesn't, you know, it's not a friendly interacting sort of thing. The problem I had with it, and it was only a minor one, is that a festival set is a greatest hit set. And I'm not a fan of their greatest hits.
Right.
I'm a massive fan of Verkleiten.
Yeah.
And when they played Full Moon Shoals and things like that, I fucking loved it.
Yep.
I thought it was banging. People that were with us were like, wow, this is brilliant.
Yep.
When they went back to their older stuff, which I'm not as familiar with, that I suddenly felt a bit like, oh, I don't really know what's going on now.
Mind drifting,
not enjoying it quite as much. But the minute they touched on the new album, it was like, oh, it's good.
Yeah.
And that's really where it was. I don't think Soilwork did anything bad there. I think that is another one that's probably on us more than them.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? It was like, you know, you're going to play 10 songs. If I know 3 of them, then I'm obviously going to really enjoy 3 of them and be a bit not sure on the other 7.
Yeah.
And I think that's all that happened there. If that had been in an indoor venue or anyway an outdoor venue, but the Verkleiten tour, they played 7 off the album. You know, I
They're
think
probably
come out
way more
thinking
enjoyable,
that was a massive, that was a brilliant show.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, nothing wrong with it at all. I enjoyed it. I did. I didn't think it was a band of the weekend or anything like that.
No, that's basically
I
it.
fucking adored when they played Full Moon Shoals. I thought his voice sounded so good when he went from the snarling to the singing bit. Because it's one of the few songs they played there where he actually had singing in it. You know?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I was happy with him.
Boss Keloid in the Sophie tent, the third best band of the weekend for me. I love Boss Keloid. They are brilliant to watch, an amazing band to watch. Love them. Me and my wife absolutely love Boss Keloid. Arguably the best band for Sunday for me. Arguably.
Okay.
Yeah. Lost in Lavender Town. Didn't get a chance to see him, but my son went off and did it for me. He said they did well. Crowd was quite big. He said he wasn't too sure they fit,
Right.
which was always going to be a bit of a question mark anyway. But he says he did enjoy them. And then Cradle, second to last band we saw. The last full band we saw really. Was Cradle.
Who for me were the band for Sunday. I thought that there was a Cradle on form. I thought their sound was fucking amazing.
Yep.
And again, we are still talking wind and everything like that, and other bands that have had issues. They sounded so fucking good.
Yeah.
Danny yapping away like a mad terrier.
Yep, he's funny to listen to.
He's funny to listen to. He it's a character thing, isn't it? Because he actually talks very differently when he say endevilment.
Yeah.
So it's all part of the Danny Filth, Cradle of Filth character.
Yeah.
You know, funny stuff about the Gobstopper incident.
Yep.
I thought they were great. Loads of pyro.
Yeah,
Much more
real
pyro than I was expecting from them, and
show.
I can see why they didn't want to play without it.
Yeah, because it would.
It wasn't like they were just going to have a couple of hisses of smoke or anything like that. They'd obviously invested a fair amount of money
and time on what they were going to do.
They had it all timed with, especially the ending of Her Ghost in the Fog, where their pyro, which was a crossover fire in front of it, went in time with the music, not for a few blasts, for about a minute.
Yeah.
And that's like burning £50 notes, man.
Yeah.
And I can see why if they were able to, and they were managed to work it with Bloodstock, they wouldn't have wanted to go, look, we'll strip it down and come out and just do a strip down show.
I agree, yeah.
And I think we were lucky for it.
Yeah.
It made Sunday a better day.
It did.
I thought they were great. I was really happy with the set list.
Yep.
Really happy they ended on with Her Ghost in the Fog.
Yep.
And some good old ones as well, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
No arguments here. I agree. Like I said, it's not like Boss Keloid was like massively. It's like...
Yeah.
Like, very, 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 very enjoyed... I always enjoyed Cradle, so like to me... And they're a band as well, like, you start seeing comments and you start wanting to fight people.
Yeah, I want to defend them. They don't need it. Do you know what I love about Cradle at the moment, right? I'm just going to quickly come back. Right, this new lineup of Cradle, which isn't very new now, because it's been around for a few albums. This lineup is the strongest lineup Cradle have ever had.
Yeah.
Their guitarists are phenomenal.
Yep.
I don't know their names, or I won't remember their names, but the bald guy who plays with a fucking smile on his face.
Yep.
The guy with the long curly hair who is just fucking engaging to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, they had the walkway obviously going out.
So you've got to utilise it, yeah.
It's as much about the band lineup as everything else.
It seems secure.
The female singer there constantly working with Danny.
Yep.
It's so right at the moment.
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah.
It's actually the first time probably in my whole career, and I know this isn't entirely true, where it feels like Cradle of Filth are a whole band, and not just Danny Filth and some members.
No, I agree. I agree. Particularly when you're watching them, you kind of get that impression. It's not hired guns anymore.
Nah.
Yeah.
This is proper, man.
And then we wrap up. With a little bit of Woman of War that we checked out.
Yeah.
Put it simply, I don't like Man of War, but Woman of War, good on them.
Yeah. I like what they're doing. Though.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they're having fun with it as well. There's a good interview.
Yeah, it's a good interview, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know some of the stuff that they'd done. I didn't know they put out the post about pulling out.
Yeah, stuff we just missed. Yeah.
But I like what they're doing. And musically, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Not a big, massive fan of Man of War. But yeah, it's cool. It's good.
And that was it, basically. We did a little bit of shopping and then headed on home to try and recover. So that wraps up 2019. Off the top of your head, just to wrap this video up, 2020 headliners, what do you think? Who do you think?
I don't think... Well, okay. We'll go for the apparently
obvious
banker, Merciful Fate.
Yeah.
Who I'm assuming would be your Sunday night.
I'm not sure. I don't know if they could fit really on any night.
Yeah.
Because Bloodstock doesn't have like a strict, this band plays the way Download does, where it has like a classic rock act on a Sunday.
That's
but
true.
Merciful Fate, because of King Diamond, the connection, all that.
It'll be when they can play.
Basically, yeah, and they seem to be the shoe-in.
They seem to be, yeah, but a lot can change. There was a post put up by, I don't know if it was Bloodstock or officially or somebody else, that was basically asking for people for their thoughts on who the headliner is going to be. And I was looking through that today and looking at the repeat names to see, because that's like sometimes, there's not always a good reason for it, it's what people say. And the name that kept coming up,
Go on.
which I really hope it isn't, and I don't think it ever will be, is Korn.
Korn?
Yeah. Not everyone, a huge amount of the comments were, it's going to be Korn, it's going to be Korn.
Why would it be Korn?
And I can't get my head around why it would be Korn either. I don't think
I could
Bloodstock
see
could
them
afford
playing,
them.
but not headlining.
No, if they played it headline, wouldn't they? Korn, man. Really? You're going to get Jonathan Davis or someone like that troupe in there. Headline download, for fuck's sake. Headline everywhere, don't they?
No, they've never headlined download.
I think they have.
No, not headlined.
Oh, I'm sure.
Not headlined. Definitely not headlined. They might have headlined the second stage, and certainly like maybe I don't even think they've subbed at download.
I don't think Bloodstock could afford Korn.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. I don't think he's right. I just don't see it in my head. It doesn't work.
It just doesn't. I find it really puzzling.
But,
yeah.
It was amazing the amount of comments on it. I'm hoping Behemoth.
Yeah.
Or I'm still thinking Behemoth for next year.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
If not Behemoth, is there a chance Dimmu?
Maybe back, but considering they were subbing this year, I can't see why they'd be pushed up next year.
But outside of that, I'm struggling. I mean, it's too early for me. I don't know. I can tell you who I'd like.
Band to play. Oh, right.
If I could give you my 3 headliners, I would be happy with. Yeah. Friday night, Behemoth.
Yep.
Saturday night, Devin Townsend.
Right.
Sunday night, Merciful Fate.
Banging. Yep. I'll go with all of that. I'll go with all of that.
Yeah.
In fact, fuck around a bit more. Make it even more appealing to us. Saturday night headliner is Machine Head. Subbing is Devin Townsend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Or no. What we do then? We'll do Friday night Machine Head, Saturday Devin Townsend, Sunday Merciful Fate, and Behemoth headline Sophie. Job done.
Wow. There you go. We will, of course...
Get it booked, Bloodstock, get it booked.
We will, of course, at some point in the next few weeks, put together our top 20, 10 each bands we want to see booked for Bloodstock. As much often just for the laugh of seeing how many we get right. We very rarely get right. I already can tell you my number 1 is the same band that's been number 1 for the last 2 fucking years, which is Tourist. Come on, Bloodstock. It's been too long.
Keep an eye on me for my predictions, mate, because I was right about Parkway Drive.
You were. Yeah. Actually, it'd be funny as we get further into the year.
If we get Behemoth, Devin Townsend, and Merciful Fate, I'm gonna tout myself out like that. You know, the World Cup fucking chicken.
Yeah, I used to have a little crystal ball for these videos.
If only I could turn this into betting, I fucking lose everything there.
There you go. We had a wonderful time.
Yeah, well done.
Everyone at Bloodstock, everyone that organises it, everyone that takes part,
and all the people that go.
Yeah,
99% of the people that go as well, for just because you all make it a great festival as well by not being dicks but just getting on board with the bands and everything like that.
Yeah.
And for the 1%.
Who sat on the Tentrial Parkway and...
Yeah, sat at your Tentrial Parkway, lay down in doorways, fucking leave your plates of food on the floor.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Sort it out. Sort it out. Don't come back.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. As always, check out the rest. Go check out all the interviews. Go Bloodstock nuts if you're not Bloodstock out. Yeah. We are basically done. This video does draw a line under the... Although, no, we've got one more video coming up, which is going to be a video from the perspective of a 16-year-old's first time at Bloodstock. Cool. That'll be me and Dan, where I will not be doing much talking. No, it's not you. And that basically draws a line under Bloodstock 2019. Now start looking out for Bloodstock 2020. Because actually, quickly, before we disappear...
We'll do it as a separate video. We'll do a quick video on the...
Yep.
There'll be another video going up very, very soon, which is to talk about the first announcement for Bloodstock.
We'll do that. Yep, brilliant. There you go. Shut me up. Boom.